Yes, people, and welcome back to another Game Day Live. And we're starting early this weekend because it's a big weekend of some big fixtures. And listen, we're starting off with the United versus Manchester City. It's the Manchester derby today, so it's only right we got a full house. Of course, you can see next to me, got my guy Matisse. How are you, bro?
Very good. Very excited.
Nice
Very excited.
Listen, we got a full pack today, me and you as well. We'll be here the whole day, so make sure you join us later on for the Saturday football show as well. But of course, we had to get some United rep as well. We got our guy Neeks back in the building. How are you, bro? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited. It's going to be an interesting game.
Big one. And of course, representing City, we got the lovely Kennedy. How are you?
Hi, I'm okay.
Nervous.
Yeah, I sounded nervous, you know. Hey, get them cobwebs out.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about this game?
Honestly, I'm so sorry to the City fans that are tuned in.
No.
I just feel, I'm not feeling too good about it. I feel like we're not at home. United have this thing where, no offence, they just don't win anything, but they beat us. And it's like their little achievement for the year. And I just feel like it's going to be a draw or United are going to win. And I need to manifest some positive energy, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just, I'm just...
Is that nice to hear for you, to hear a City fan being a little bit nervous before a game at OT? Because she does say you have won a couple of times against City, kind of where people have thought maybe United wouldn't get the points. Is today going to be one of those days again?
Doesn't do anything for me.
No?
Doesn't do
No,
anything
you're not
for me.
moved.
I'm nervous. Listen, this is a big game. It's a big game because it's a derby. It's a big game because I know what the noise is going to be if we lose it. In terms of, oh, you only played that team and that's why it looked like this is your real level, all that kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah, but there's no City fans in London to rinse you anyway.
it doesn't matter. We get people like Stuart Pearce on certain media channels doing it, and all the others, the wannabe, trying to be like DR Sports over here. But no, it's like there's a lot of folks that have been out, and knives have been out for Ten Hag from the start, and of course Man United being who we are. So it's like any little blip, chink in the arm or anything, people are ready to pounce, regardless of who they support. So listen, this is huge, man.
This is a huge one.
I'm not even too fussed about the repercussions from the United fans because
No, it's not about that.
That's just standard anyway.
Yeah, it's
do you know
not
what I
about
mean? But it's actually more than that.
It's a title race.
Does this feel like there is more kind of on this game for City? Because obviously the form of the last couple of since the return has been a little bit shaky.
I mean, the
football
Southampton,
hasn't been as fluid. And then obviously you've got kind of United on the other end who are kind of on that kind of upward swing. Is this a real big game for City? Is it possibly bigger for City than it is for United?
Oh, 100%. It's 100% bigger for City. Like you said, it's a title race. Like, this really affects where we're going to sit. We know Arsenal are absolutely smashing it. They might be making some sick signings. It's pressure, you know? And I feel like deep down in my gut, do I think Arsenal are going to take it? I do, actually, if I'm being really honest.
Hey.
I do. I'm sorry. I can't sit here and I'm not, I'm not one to come on and gas. Do you know what I mean? That is what I think. So this is, it's major.
You think they're going to take the title?
Sadly.
Kennedy.
I know. I'm so sorry. And listen, I'm a City fan in it. Like, if we get Champions League.
Hey, Lord Jesus! Hold on.
No. I'm kidding. Obviously, we're used to winning the Premier League now. Do you know what I mean?
It's still only January.
And I don't mean that.
Don't get
No.
complacent.
I don't
Remember,
mean that in a.
This is the free-peat this season.
I don't mean that in a sense of like arrogance, but we have got uncomfortable, and this is the first time it's been a serious challenge in quite a while. So this game,
Respect Liverpool.
The bridesmaids are getting rubbed out.
You see Liverpool, we knew we were going to deal with that. They look kind of serious though, yo.
No, it's true, because as well, those teams that, Liverpool are used to taking trophies, and where Arsenal haven't, like, not in a nasty way, but Arsenal haven't took much for a while, and it's like, I always say the wolf climbing the hill is hungrier than the wolf on top, and it's big facts. Like, they're doing bits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's just see what happens.
Not yet. Big up the chat. Of course, we see you in there. And for me, I can't be taking this City talk. Do you know what I mean? Don't let the complacency set in. This is very important to everybody in London, especially as a citizen of London. I can speak for many fans outside of the Arsenal fan base that we need you to handle your business. We need you to handle your business. If you were going to allow Liverpool to have this bridesmaid type of, impact on the Premier League and you were going to kind of almost rob them of what they worked so hard for all these years. Don't let Arsenal come in here first attempt and suddenly pick up a title on your watch. That's not a good look.
Listen,
I hear it.
I'm not going to lie. I can't, City can't win this league.
What do you mean?
City can't. Listen, we know obviously Man United and Arsenal have a massive rivalry, but don't forget Man United and Man City are literally like
we hate each other with
City
passion.
neighbours, isn't it?
It's not that deep.
No, 3 in a row is what we've got. Like that's what we ain't won a title since 2013. So I'm clutching here. 20 leagues, 20 Premier League titles or league titles. Liverpool's only got 19. 3 in a row. We're the only ones to do it. If City do it, then what next? They ain't won a Champions League. I'm holding on to that. We got a treble. Last season, Liverpool nearly did a quad. Like, what is our history? What makes us...
You've got a lot of titles,
No, but
man.
what makes us what we are, all our rivals are coming for. Arsenal winning the league title doesn't do anything in relation to Man United versus Arsenal.
Class
It
of
affects
92.
Spurs, it affects Chelsea, obviously it affects Man City in terms of their quest to become a legendary club, etc. But our history is important. And 3 in a row, and we did it twice. Because if they did 3 in a row, who said they're not going to do 4? And we ain't done 4. I need it stopped now. Stop it now, and then you can go back next year and do your thing. But yeah, there's certain things need to
He's getting me rattled. I'm sat here like...
Actually, that's like an overarching story I didn't even consider.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't like Arsenal. Everyone knows I don't like Arsenal. But it goes anyone but Liverpool, anyone but City, and then anyone but Arsenal. Liverpool ain't there. City. Listen, Arsenal are the next one.
And I will say that is one of the things United fans have always kind of hung on to. It's like, all right, Arsenal can have the Invincibles, but we've got the 3-peat.
Yeah,
we've got
and the treble.
3-peat and the treble. Yeah. Like, you can't take those away from us.
Yeah.
And if City, they've tried, I think City and Liverpool the last couple of seasons have almost been here, and we might do the treble. We just might get into finals, losing in some, but the 3-peat. I don't know. Should we go through the lineups if anything as well? Actually,
those lineups.
Let's see if we can get the lineups.
So we've got De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Luke Shaw playing at centre back today with Malacia alongside him at left back. Casemiro, Fred, Fernandes, Eriksen, Rashford, who's in insane form at the moment, and Martial up top. You want to go through the Man City lineups?
Yeah, we got Edison in goal, Cancelo at right back, Aki and Akanji at centre back. Walker at right back, and Cancelo at left back. Silva, Rodri and De Bruyne in midfield, and a front three of Foden, Mahrez and Haaland up front.
Yeah, Rashford's in insane form. I've been watching Man United, and Rashford is literally carrying your attack. I think Anthony, yes, he got his curler against Charlton. I think he scored against Everton as well in the Cup, but Rashford is literally carrying that attack. Rashford has scored in his last 3 Premier League appearances for Manchester United and is looking to score 4 in a row for the first time since January 2019. However, he hasn't scored in any of his last 5 appearances against Manchester City in the competition. Are you worried about Rashford? Because on that left-hand side, I mean, Manchester City's defence has been pretty dodgy anyway. I watched you guys in midweek, a little bit of a rotated team against Southampton, but it was probably one of your worst performances under Pep. Are you worried about Rashford?
Yeah.
You are. Fair play.
Is that because of himself or also taking into account Cancelo's form? Because this season, I feel like he's been one of the few players that's been way off the pace. And I don't know exactly what it is.
See, I spotted this a while ago with him. And when I said it, everyone was like, what? He's great. He's one of the best. And it's like, you could just see him slowly like edging out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the same player since Salah spun him out.
Right, Salah's not the same anymore either. But I just feel Rashford is always on top form. He's young, he's got heart, he's from Manchester. He just loves it. This is his dream. Do you know what I mean? He was growing up watching City thinking, I can't wait to thrash you lot. Do you know what I mean? He's going to be 10-10 energy. So I just hope that Pep doesn't start doing all his stubbornness where he don't want to make subs and he just wants to just stick with the squad he's put out and the form that he's put out. Like, let's just keep it chill, go with the flow, let's make the changes where necessary. But Pep just gets stubborn, man. And I just hope that we don't see this today.
Are you happy with that lineup kind of set up there?
I am.
Any changes you would have made kind of going in? Mahrez and Foden up front next to Haaland? Would those have been your preferred options?
Mahrez has been in good form.
Well,
Mahrez
played
has-
Chelsea twice, not hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
It's almost
So
cash
tell
money,
him.
him and v Chelsea.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk.
He's not having it. No, listen, I'm happy with that choice, man. And I feel like, Mahrez is. I can't fault Mahrez, man. I feel like he's turning into one of the like City OGs that we used to have, like your Fernandinhos, your Sterlings. I can see him getting there. Do you know what I mean? So
It's been there a while now as well, hasn't
yeah,
it? But just going back to Rashford quickly, what does this game mean for him? Because it says there he obviously hasn't scored in the last 5 games against City, but his record versus the top 6 sides, he's got one of the best records I've seen.
Yeah,
to be
that
fair.
record surprises me that he hasn't scored in the last 5 in the Premier League against City because he likes both the derbies and all the big games in general. But the form that he's on right now it's insane. It's probably this little period here is probably the best Rashford we've seen at Manchester United. There's been seasons where he's been brilliant, and we hope that he can continue this. But what he's doing right now, both creatively and scoring goals, he's brilliant. Like he looks like he wants to score. He came on against Charlton, and I was thinking, he's gonna ruin his run of scoring consecutive games. But he was like, I'm leaving here with something, and he got 2. He got 2, so it's like
that's what I'm saying. He's hungry.
And even in that game where he kind of got dropped, he kind of came on, made the difference.
and scored the winner.
And it's,
Yeah.
time and time again this season, it's almost been like, I don't know whether it's a mentality shift or something, but it seems like over the last 18 months, there just seemed to be almost like a fog or a cloud in his head, and he just couldn't get it right, whether the touches were off, the movement was off. It just didn't seem like he had that same hunger and passion.
But I wonder
and then
if-
people were saying, obviously, with the contract situation coming up, is that kind of playing on his
PSG,
mind in the
all that kind
background?
of stuff.
New managers come in, and I think he's almost given him that confidence. I think everyone says Rashford is a confidence player.
Yeah.
And he's really said to him, no, look, you're the Manchester boy. I want to put everything behind you. Can you
this
step
is
up?
the thing. Because he's a Manchester boy, I wonder if his emotions fluctuate with the team. So we're going through this bad patch, and there's noise on the outside, and there's problems on the inside. And because he's a fan, he's a supporter as well as a player, he's low when we're low, which might affect his performance.
Yeah.
And when that change happens, Ten Hag comes in, etc., and the atmosphere and the mood picks up, he picks up with him.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a part of it.
But I
Even
also
with the
think that
off-field
adds good
thing.
pressure as well.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, whilst the fans are feeling low, he's feeling low. He's got the pressure on him to pick it up. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that he probably thrives in that.
Yeah. He strikes me as one of those types of players, and that's why he seems to rise in the occasion. I think, although you say he can go with the swings and the moments of the emotions of the moment, I think in those highs, he really loves it.
Yeah.
And even in those lows, maybe sometimes I feel like it can be overwhelming, especially with a club the size of Man United, with the way that fan base, the pressure that comes with it. I think he's carried himself well in those kind of low moments, and it kind of shows in these moments when he's up again. Because for me, I think that's the most important thing I always say for a player, is your ability to bounce back. And I think he's showing that. Because you look right next to him, you've got Martial starting today, and I just want to get your thoughts on kind of what you think of it. Obviously, you've had big woot come into the house, obviously. Are you kind of excited on seeing what he can bring to that team? Or is it kind of Martial, last chance saloon? You've got a big game here. Take the moment.
Martial, this is a massive season. It's not even just the game, it's a massive season. I don't know how long he's got left at Manchester United. I think Ten Hag likes his style, his profile, but I think if he can get a better and probably a more available player for that same style, I think he'll do that in a heartbeat. I don't think he's sold on Martial, the person, the player. He's sold on the attributes that he can bring when he's available, when he's up for it. But all those when, if is the reason why there's so much doubts. When he's at his best, we went to the Etihad, not last year, I think it was the season before, and Martial was the best player on the field. I think we won it 2-0. Shaw scored, I think it was the second. And everything was sticking. He was holding out the play, linking the play, laying off. That's what Martial's best at. He has been carrying a little injury, so it was about 50-50 actually coming into this game. So I'm not sure what Martial we're going to get. But for his Manchester United future, he has to be available and he has to perform. Because I think the need and the clamour for a striker shows that his position, more than anyone else, is under threat.
They say,
Let's see if he can actually raise
they
it.
say
I think don't write him off in
availability.
this game. I think when Martial steps up, he's great.
Yeah.
He can, but that's the thing. How often has he? And I
Yeah.
feel like in the last 2 years, it's really been a question of. I almost felt like
Injuries
in
as well.
lockdown that
He went on
like
loan.
Cam's calls it
Went on loan to
Cam's calls
Sevilla.
it bubble Martial, but it was like during
That
that
was brilliant.
he was crazy, but he almost sold United fans this dream of I can be the
Yeah,
next
we
great
don't need to
number
go and get
9.
a striker.
And then Ollie gave him that, all right, you're going to be the main guy. And
scored
since
4
then, he
goals.
scored 4 goals, got loaned out to Sevilla, got introduced by the great R9, only to go and score none. And then now he's kind of come back and he's been kind of hit and miss with his fitness. So I always say, availability is the best ability. But before the game kicks off and we come back, let me get your predictions. And guys, make sure you're getting involved in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you're liking the watch along as you're going along as well. But let me get your predictions. Neeks, go for me.
You see me? The result.
You see me?
You sounded
Yeah.
like an uncle there, innit? You see me?
I was waiting for one of these.
The result is the most important thing because you want to get those 3 points.
Yeah.
But what I'm really looking at is the performance because we played City a few months ago. We got battered 6-3, and we kind of had to regroup, reset, and say, what are we really? Where are we actually going? How far are we from our target? Whatever the result today, for me, the performance is what I'm really looking at. If City play their best,
Yeah.
if both teams play their best, City win because City are better than us. They have a better team, better squad, better manager. So I can't be too mad at the team if we play our best and still end up losing narrowly.
Right.
But all that being said, City's form, our form, the fact that I think they will perform better than they did against Southampton, they had 0 shots on target. I'll go for a draw, 2-2.
Wow. What about you, Kennedy? What's your prediction for this as a Man City? You said your confidence is not that high.
It's not
coming
that high.
into it.
Funnily enough, I was feeling a draw or a win for United. Not
Wow.
by like loads of goals, but maybe a 2-1 or a 1-1. I hope that's not the case, and I hope that the past couple of games hasn't really like got in the City boys' heads, and now they're at Old Trafford. That whole thing that goes on, I'm hoping that that isn't the case. I'd like to see City obviously take the points, but yeah, let's just see. It's me again at half time.
Wow.
So
You're
going
very
for,
nervous.
So you're going for?
Come on, man. Back the
We
citizens.
need a scoreline.
Back the citizens, man. Come on. I'm backing the citizens.
Believe.
Why am I more
All right,
confident
I'm
than
gonna
you?
do this. I'm gonna do it to
Team
manifest
believe.
it. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 City then.
Wow.
2-1
I'm shocked
City.
with the lack
I
of
don't think it's
confidence.
gonna be a beat. I don't think it's gonna be an absolute thrashing. But let's see.
No, but you have a better team than them.
Yes, but as I said, all the other stuff, the past couple of
Better
games.
manager?
Yeah, but we're at Old Trafford. This
I
right,
feel like
this is
this
a
should
thing.
be- this should be an
everyone
angry
has
City.
right. Everyone has a bogey thing, right? We will do the most, and then United will beat us when they've been doing. I'm not going to swear. I was going to swear then, but I'm trying to New Year's resolution. And then they'll take the points against us, and it's like. It's just some weird thing that happens. It's in the air, it's in the water. I don't know what it is.
But the thing is, even when we were on top, City used to beat us sometimes, and you're like, who are you?
That's what I'm saying.
Sean Wright Phillips, what do you mean you're scoring from outside the box to make it 4-1? Well, like,
It
go
just
on, what are you
happens.
doing? Like, what's going on there? Like, and Robbie Fowler. Listen, there's been some mad results that go
Yeah.
against the grain. They say 4 goals at the window in a derby.
Okay.
I don't know if that's always the case, but like we had a great record under them when we had Ollie against them. And
So
they-
we did.
that should never have happened.
That's what I'm
So,
saying.
I can't.
You
That's
go.
why I can't read too much into this form. City can turn up.
Trust me. And they always say, Derby, your form goes completely out of the window.
Yeah.
So you never know what these kind of results can bring. Matisse, where you going prediction-wise?
I feel like City have to be angry after what happened in midweek. That was a horrendous performance. They were awful on the ball. They couldn't pass. There was individual errors. Their goalkeeper was moving mad. So that if that doesn't spark some sort of revival and some sort of anger, then I don't know what will. So I have to go with City. Obviously, Manchester United are in good form.
Yeah.
But I would like to manifest also because this is what I need for my own personal agendas. And I just feel like you guys, it's time to step up. It's time to really step up in this title race and
It is.
and take over now. So I'm going to go over Man City 2-1 win as well. What about
okay.
you, Fuad? What you
I'm going 2-2. I think there's going to be
Oh, look
goals.
at us both picking
I
the same.
think there's going to be goals. I think with both of these teams as well in the derby, I don't think you ever get a boring game. So I'm expecting a lot of fire as well within this.
You've got a super chat as well because of your FM knowledge.
Hey, what's going on? Let's go. What we got?
This one right here.
Chris Hartland. So he says, Fuad, thoughts on Nani Madueke? You see, we don't need FM for that. That's straight out of the Spurs Academy. You know what I mean?
Okay,
We unfortunately lost that kid on a free before he signed a professional contract because he said he can't see a pathway into the first team. Do you know who's blocking his pathway?
I see quite
Lamella and Lucas Moura.
Oh.
Fantastic, isn't it? And now, basically, if we do want to get him back, we've got to pay through the nose because he's been linked with Chelsea. He's been with a lot of top clubs, but very injury prone is the only thing I would say. But very, very talented, very direct winger. Good taking his man on and a good goal scorer as well. And I think he showed that last year when some of the PSV games early on before he got the big injury really, really stepped up for them, mate.
Yeah, I've seen he's missed 43 games in the last season and a half.
It's absolute madness. His knees, his hamstrings, and it's like when you see someone that injury prone, that young, I always say I would like to see them give me like a good year and a half of proper consistent game before you go and kind of break the bank on a player like that. I think someone like Chelsea would sign him and he'd be a squad player for them. For us, I don't know. It probably would be as well, actually, to be fair, because we've got Kulusevski.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Considering how we're playing, I think we need him to start games.
And the players are just coming out as well now. Let me get through.
We haven't spoken about Haaland at all.
We haven't.
Yeah, no. Listen, the game is long. Trust me. Haaland's like one of those players. He doesn't have to have many touches, but when he does, and when we speak on him, you know how deadly he is. Listen,
he's a monster.
Trust me, the guy's a samurai. There's a reason why he's got that trim. But
Absolutely destroyed them.
Him and Foden got a hat trick.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, though?
what was it? Six. My God, man.
6-3. Surely he's going to
I
be
hope that
targeting.
kind of game happens again today.
it'd be
9
brilliant.
goals in a... Hey, please.
100%. But surely he's going to
You know
target
when I'm here,
Luke
there's
Shaw,
goals.
right?
Say that again?
Surely he's going to target Luke Shaw, isn't he?
Oh, 100%. I mean, actually, let's speak on that because that's a weird one for me. I understand Luke Shaw left centre-back in a back 3. But centre-back in a back 4. I know people will say, he's a left-back, but he's 6'1" as well. Let's not joke ourselves.
He's 6'1".
Bro, he's deceptively tall. I'm telling you. Do you know what it is? It's because he looks like a unit. So you just assume
Luke
that he's
Shaw?
short.
Balance
Mate,
out.
What,
Luke Shaw being 6'1".
You think he looks like a unit, like solid unit, or like a beanbag?
Like a stock house.
I think it looks like a beanbag.
I'm telling you. You know the man who you just bounce into and you just bounce off them. You're like, rah, you're kind of swole, innit?
It's not to say that
Under all the layer of fat, there's like a layer of muscle.
Right, I'm glad we got there.
It's not to say that he's ripped. Right.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But at centre back, what do you make of that? Is that a weak spot for you?
Well, obviously we played him there since lockdown. Not lockdown, sorry. Since after the World Cup.
You got Lisandro.
No, I know.
He's not sharp.
Listen,
he's not sharp.
He started one game since the World Cup, which was against Charlton, and he was rusty.
Remember, he's been on the piss.
Yeah,
Remember,
he was
Argentina won the
He's been
World
on
Cup.
the Mate's hard.
I was still expecting him to start because it's a big game, and Malasia's good, but he's got his deficiencies. And I think Mahrez coming in and out, and if Walker's overlapping, that can be a bit of a problem. So I was thinking they might risk Martinez, even though he's not 100% like back to match fitness. He's a brilliant centre back, so you kind of trust him. Can he do it? He should be able to turn up for the game. But to go with Malacia and Shaw, listen, it's a big move.
To be fair, we've seen Lisandro come off the bench at the World Cup many times and just kind of solidify the game. So maybe that could be a kind of game plan.
The big decision, which I'm happy with, is Fred. I think Fred had to start.
Key.
I was kind of surprised that he went with Bruno on the right over Anthony. I thought we would go Casemiro, Fred, and Bruno, and drop Eriksen.
Yeah.
But our best performance this season was against Spurs at Old Trafford, and that's when Fred was playing in the midfield, pressing high. Now, of course, Man City Spurs is a golf in class, but that energy that he can bring in the midfield, Eriksen off the ball is a passenger. We get cut through when Eriksen's there, and as good as he's been, that's just a reality. So having Fred there with Casemiro allows us to both to press high with energy and have the wall of Casemiro behind.
I think he's packing that midfield, isn't he? Because he can easily tuck in
Bruno,
Fernandes and Eriksen and go with like 4-2-2-2.
Yeah.
Is Dalot going to be a big miss, you reckon, as well then? Because I feel like he's been one of United's standout players this season. And obviously, Wan-Bissaka, personally, I like him. I think he's a dog.
You see everyone saying he looks like back row G.
I haven't seen it.
But actually, when you look at them next to each other, they actually really look alike.
You know what? I think if there's a game that
we've got the same hairstyle this week. I'm not joking. I'm serious.
If there's a game that I don't think we'd miss Dalot of Wan-Bissaka, it's this game.
This game.
Because you're probably going to be defending more than you're attacking. And Wan-Bissaka, especially in one-on-one duels on the ground, in the air, he's got better, but Dalot's better than him, like with crosses coming to the back post. But those one-on-one duels and that, Foden
He's incredible.
ripped, Dalot in the first game.
Yeah.
Like, that was a
Ripped him.
problem.
Yeah.
All the goals came from cutbacks. From we know how City do, but it was
Ericsson wasn't tracking his runners.
Wasn't
Like
at
you
all,
said, he was a
yeah.
passenger.
So
So
I think I'm not. If it was a game where we're going to be dominating going forward, and you want Dalot over Wan-Bissaka, but Wan-Bissaka's done well.
ten hard ball.
And
We can't dominate.
just-
No, against
No,
City,
too
we
early,
can't-
man, too
we
early.
can't zip that ball around a little bit, keep
Too
some of the
early.
possession.
Listen, I respect what Tuchel did. When Tuchel joins Chelsea,
Beat him 3 times in a row.
yeah, and he like it was 50-50 possession. They were actually balling. I was like, I don't know how you did that. So quick.
Short memories in
It
this
was
game, man.
brilliant.
Short memories.
But
I tried.
I'm accepting that. Listen, we're not there yet. I'm not gonna rush the.
And we're about to kick off here.
About to kick off.
Let me
Kevin,
read out some of these predictions as well, just before we do. Omar
Come
Day
on!
says 1-0 draw. Laser Gaming says 2-2. Game Killer says 6-1 City. Arthur says 4-2 City. Oh my
I like
God,
it.
man.
I like the energy. That's the energy I need.
Stones is a
I'm
big
seeing-
miss, I think, as well.
Stones is going to be a huge
Best
miss for them,
centre-back
for
this season.
sure. For sure.
Marshall down already.
Robinson says City will thrash United 4-0. A lot of people predicting big City wins here. I'm surprised by that. I guess people are expecting an angry Manchester City to be kicking in.
Yeah, 100%.
Mary Higuaia says 3-1 United.
Say the name again.
Mary Higuaia.
Mario Higuaia. I like
Brilliant
it.
name,
like
that.
it.
I love that. And Bramos says 3-1 United as well.
You know what I want to say? Because there's people out there who like, oh, you lot play well, but if you lose to City, all of that was a waste of time because you only played.
I disagree.
Bournemouth, you played
Yeah.
Forest, I don't know who else you played
I don't
in that
think
run.
It's not a waste of time.
And for me, it's like
Oh my God, Cancelo.
we are in the position that we're in, which is what, joint third or fourth in the league,
Yeah.
for 4 points off City. Not because we played those last 8 games in a row. We are 17 games into the season. The only 2 teams we haven't played is Leeds and Palace.
Yeah.
Leeds at home, Palace away, which we're playing on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we've nearly played every game, every team in the league. We're going to play City twice. We've beaten Arsenal, we've beaten Spurs, beaten Liverpool, drew with Chelsea, obviously lost to Man City. But
I don't think to get to where you are
we
in
are
the
where
table.
we are because
Yeah.
say that of the season.
Man
Not because
United's,
of the last 8 games.
Man United's job is to make top 4. That's their job. If they can make top 4, they've had a very, very
It's
good
not a
season.
waste of time to get to where you are,
Yeah,
is it?
very
Like,
good season under Ten Hag. That'll be your first season. Oh, look, is that Haaland dropping deep like Harry Kane? Hey,
He's trying to draw our centre back.
First they call you
on?
crazy,
Whoa,
then
whoa,
they
whoa.
Fast
understand.
enough. He's fast
look
enough.
who it
He's
is.
just trying to get
Hey.
his touches stats up. You don't want to be like,
Yeah,
Because he doesn't want, he
Hilarious,
doesn't want
man.
Sky putting up some
7
sort of
touches in the game.
other TV outlets are available.
Oh, we almost missed a super chat as well, sorry. Ash I sent in a super chat as well. He said, is Lisandro the best centre-back in the league?
No, I don't think. I don't think he's the best centre back at Manchester United.
Varane?
Varane is the best centre back at Man
Varane's the
United.
best,
Like, as in, short memories. People,
Is he?
Varane is the best centre back at Manchester United.
I think
like,
this season Varane has been very much improved on what he was last
Well,
season.
last year he had
But I
a lot
thought
of
first
injuries
half
as
of the
well.
season, in my opinion, Lisandro and Saliba were the 2 best centre-backs in the league.
I would agree. In terms of this season alone, Don't has performed better than Varane. But that's a lot to do with even injuries. Varane's been kind of in and out. But when he plays, the guy is levels.
Let me ask you something, right? If you could pick someone to partner Harry Maguire for a whole season, would you pick Lisandro or would you pick Varane?
So are they playing for the whole season? So there's no
Whole season they have to partner Harry Maguire or marry Maguire.
Varane.
Yeah.
Picking Varane,
Yeah.
I think from the experience standpoint, you just kind of have to go with Varane. And with Lisandro, I guess you can kind of slot him in other positions as well.
I think obviously, we've got there's a Premier League bias when it comes to reporting over here, which makes sense because we watch the Premier League more than any other league. But it's like, unless this person has done it in the league at the time when you were watching it, everything they've done before
is irrelevant.
or even drew in that, but maybe internationally, is irrelevant. It's like the whole Casemiro. Casemiro joined, and people were doubting. The age I get, and the history of Man United signing older players and it not necessarily working out. But you have to if you can't give someone like Casemiro the benefit of the doubt when he joins Manchester United, being the best defensive midfielder in the world at the time when he joined,
Did you hear the story about him and his agent?
Who else did he give the
How when they were 4-0 down against Brentford, apparently, a lot of the United board in the negotiations at the time were really scared that he might back out of the deal and, what the hell am I kind of coming to?
Yeah.
Instead, he called them up and said, yo, don't worry. Tell them I'm going to fix this. I'm going to come and I'm going to fix this. Tell them, please.
That's good
I was
energy.
like, yo, that's the kind of
that is
player
mad.
you want to play for your club. When I heard that,
100%.
and the thing is, I think one thing that we're seeing with Casemiro is his on-ball ability now, I feel like.
we didn't see it at Madrid because they didn't need it.
They didn't need
The thing is, it's not even they didn't need it. It's the fact that you got Kroos and Modric in front of you. It's never really going to be appreciated to the same level. Those guys are doing Trivellas in semi-finals in extra time and all sorts. Kroos is scoring free kicks from left, right, and centre. It's like the technical ability of those two is crazy. So I just think now at United, he's just going to play almost show his full arsenal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
He's
I
the most
think
important person in this midfield.
100%. The thing is,
higher, isn't it?
I think a lot of people, expected that from Varane last year, where it kind of took him a little bit to kind of kick on.
City are doing a lot of passing to nowhere,
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, all right, he had a bad season. We had a bad season in general. But does that negate everything that he's done in his career up to that point? And even for France, when France, especially going into the World Cup, you see the difference in their defence when he's playing, when he's not. We can gas about Saliba, and Saliba's a talented centre-back. But for me to even compare them, in form you can compare anyone, but in terms of actual ability
Stature.
and proven, there's no comparison. For me, you're talking Van Dijk, Varane, who's the other centre-back?
What?
Thiago Silva.
What?
They're top three. They're top three.
What?
I don't think Van Dijk has been
my
doing
head
it
is
as long.
hurting.
I don't think Van Dijk's been doing it as
It's
long
too
as
early
Varane.
for this.
Of course he has.
It's
Varane
too early for
and,
this.
But he's done it for.
Thiago Silva.
But Van Dijk's done it for.
Stop.
I think he
We're
needs
talking
to.
Neeks.
6 years. We're talking 5-6 years.
Neeks, my head is going to explode.
International level as well.
Neeks,
that
my head
was
is
his
gonna
first
explode.
World Cup and he missed.
What are you talking about right now? Van Dijk has done what for 6 years?
He's been world class for the last 5-6 years.
I don't think.
Since he joined Liverpool
Brother.
in 2018,
Brother.
he has been the best centre back
I'm about
in
to
the
break
world.
it down for you, yeah? So the past 7 to 8 months, Van Dijk has been absolutely mid and on the
What do you
decline.
mean this season?
This season.
Because last season was still brilliant.
Last season, second half of the season, he was. Do you know what he was doing? He was getting back to good levels. He was not world class, in my opinion, because Matip and Konate,
Matip
both.
was brilliant.
There were points in the season where you could say, first half of the season, I would thought Matip was better. Second half, I thought potentially Konate was better. But people were saying, "Oh, Van Dijk's
But
getting
Van
back to
Dijk was
level."
so
I think
consistent over that
I think
period.
people were holding him to the injury standard where they were like, "Oh, he's coming back from injury. He's still good. He's not there yet, but he'll get there." And I was saying, an injury like that at 30, you don't come back the same. Before that, he had maybe 2 years when he signed for Liverpool in January. 2 years from there, because that's when the injury came.
When did it-
Varane and Thiago Silva.
Bro,
Those-
please do not give me the Van Dijk 6 years.
the
Listen,
time span.
I'm for Van
Varane and
Dijk.
Thiago
Van Dijk had like, Van Dijk had a brilliant spell, but
No, but I'm saying
2.5
Okay,
seasons,
who's the,
bro.
Who's the top three centre backs?
I don't think it goes together.
No,
for
who's the
me,
top- I'm not
for
saying
me,
Van Dijk's
I
better.
think
but I'm saying they're the
you've
top
got.
three.
I think really interesting. If you're talking,
you don't
are
say
you talking?
Romero,
Are you
don't say
talking this
Romero.
year? Are you talking?
Who is-
When am I biased
I
like
don't
that?
know, I
When
don't
am I
know.
biased
I
like
don't
that?
know.
Please,
you are, my bad.
Romero this year has not been that levels. I'm not even
Who's
going to
the top
mention
three
it.
centre-backs in
But has
the league?
Botman been one of the best centre backs in the league this year? Has
Okay,
Konate
let's
been
do
one of
it.
the best
Okay,
centre backs
watch
in the
this.
league this
No,
year?
but
Are you talking about ability or are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about ability. Because the reason why I say it, because, for example,
Ability's
right now- no, okay, watch this, watch this.
objective.
Right now,
Do you see what I'm saying? It's-
right now, Rashford.
I
Right now,
don't know,
Rashford
man.
is better than. Right
I
now,
don't know,
Rashford-
man.
He's not saying.
VVD's doing VVD. You're still telling me VVD's the best centre back in the league. I think you're living off 2 years ago
Rashford-
stories,
saying-
bro.
No, watch this. Rashford is performing right now better than Mo Salah, but Salah is the better forward.
Van Dijk had 2.5 years. They're saying this guy is wrong,
Salah's been
lost without
pretty
VVD at the back. Have you not been
abject
watching
for the whole
VVD this
calendar
year?
year.
He's been
Say that
to
again,
blame
Salah?
for a lot of the goals.
Salah's been abject for the whole calendar year.
Yeah, but
Botman.
Again,
People
what I'm
agree.
saying-
Botman.
Botman's been very good since he's joined.
I'm saying
he's
this
never
year. Are you because what I'm
is-
judging
so
on?
is
I'm
Rash-
judging
so
off the
Rashford-
performances. This
Rashford
you
better
asked
than
me who
Salah?
are the best.
Rashford better than Salah?
Can we have a dialogue or let's have a conversation? Don't shout at me. I'm saying.
We need to
I'm
mediate.
saying.
We need to
Yeah,
mediate
no,
one
no,
at a
no, no,
time.
no, no. I'm
We
just
just
saying.
watching the
Okay,
game.
sorry.
So if we're talking about like best centre backs in the league now, yeah, you're going off as if this is like FIFA. Who has the highest
don't
rating?
play
89.
FIFA.
Varane, Van Dijk, and all these. And I'm like, I'm talking about who has been playing the best this year. That's why I mentioned Lisandro, and that's what the super chat was. He brought up Lisandro because he's talking about
Now-
performances this
Yeah.
year. So that's why I
United
mentioned
side
Saliba performances this
Man
year.
United
That's why I
side
mentioned Botman
No.
performances this year. Konate performances this year.
Shoot.
When you mention Van Dijk,
But
I'm like, performances this year, Van Dijk has been nowhere close. Last year, he was coming back off an injury. Before that, he was spent a year injured. So 2.5 years, Van Dijk, for me, has not been at a world-class level. Do you see that timeline I've just given
I know
you?
what you're saying. I understand
I've
what
just
you're saying.
given you a timeline.
But Saliba and Botman,
He's on.
I think he's just maybe just off. Saliba and Botman have never performed at a world class level. They're playing very good, but I could never call them world class because
No one mentioned world class.
But Vadan
Who mentioned world class?
Okay.
Van Dijk moving from a world class level
Fanavaki.
to the level he's at now.
Yeah, he's been. I
Doesn't
think he's been really good this
automatically
season.
mean that X, Y, Z is better because they're performing at a better level.
Nobody
than they
said
used to.
they're better. The conversation was this season.
Well,
You're
no,
removing the
no,
context
no,
of this
But
season.
I answered the question of the
Yeah.
super chat. The super chat said, "Who's been
Lissandra,
season?"
yeah.
Lissandra. And then I went a step further. I moved on from the original
Okay,
super chat. I went
so you're
to say
saying
for
Van
me-
Dijk is still top 3 centre-backs in the league for you?
Well, name me 3 better centre backs, not 3 on form.
Yeah.
Because form is temporary, and I think.
I think if I
Listen,
say...
I swear, if Manchester United don't capitalize
Varane?
on this because City are all over the
Oh my God!
Jesus,
Bruno!
Fernandes, listen,
not far.
Manchester City, this first 10 minutes, they don't look comfortable.
No.
They don't look themselves.
They're making passes to
Bernardo
no one. There's no one there
sloppy.
to receive the ball.
This is not the Manchester City I know, building out from the back, where they can make these wayward, kind of stray, inaccurate passes. You can't do that against Manchester United, not in the form that they're in.
You know my issue with the debate when it goes as far as he's better right now, is that tomorrow, if we're saying, let's say over the last 3 months, last 6 months, tomorrow the 6 month period moves because you forget the one that's 6 months for one day. You said, oh, the next 6 months, the next 6 months, and then that person can change every little period you judge it by. And for me, that's I don't judge my players based on that. Now, if you're saying that Saliba's been performing better than Van Dijk for the last 18 months to 2 years, I can have an argument. I can say, okay, I can see why you judge him ahead. If you say Botman's been playing better than Van Dijk for the last 18 months to 2 years, then I can see why you can judge him ahead. But I don't think they've been performing better than Van Dijk for the last 18 months to 2 years. So I can't. I need a bigger body of work.
No, I get
Put
that.
someone
I get
above
that.
someone
No.
who's
To
already in that
rate
position.
someone is different. I'm judging it season by season. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying in this season, if I'm talking about it this season,
Fair enough.
I don't rate Van Dijk as one of the top
No,
centre backs.
fair
I'm
enough.
like, I still feel like he needs to get back to that level. At the World Cup as well, I looked at it. I was like, this is going to be your first big international tournament. Wearing the
I don't
armband.
think he had a bad World Cup.
He didn't-
I
he
don't
didn't-
think he was dominating.
And I don't want people to think I'm digging on about the penalty or anything like that. But I mean, if you really look at it, Aki and Timber were clear miles above him in that tournament. You could see the impact they were having in that defence over what he was having, in my opinion. If you were watching Holland on a you would have seen it. And it's like, I don't know. People will think I dislike Van Dijk or something like that, but I just feel like since the injury, he has never ever recovered that world class level. And what he did was for 2.5 years, he maintained such a level.
I don't think he's recovered the level that he was.
Yeah.
But I still think he went to a.
What I think was during that 2.5 year where he was on form, he maintained like a level that was so far above anybody near him, where it was like, oh no, this guy's in a league of his own. To the point it's given him this kind of bypass period of, you know what, he can be off form for a year, 18 months, and he's still at that level. And I'm like, guys, when do we start having the honest conversation of maybe he's just declined a little bit? Injuries, age, it happens. It's natural. That's fine.
But I'll give you an example. Okay. When Diaz came to the league, a lot of people were quick to say Diaz is second best defender in the league. Maybe, and then, Van Dijk.
The impact he had on City.
Cool. But
Where do you
people are
rank him
saying
now?
he's not even the best defender at City. So at that period, where how
I still think he's-
a lot of people saying John Stones.
I still think he's top 3 in my opinion, Ruben Diaz.
Okay.
And people would disagree.
Hold on.
What makes
Hold on.
this-
Let me ask the City fans. Kennedy, where do you rank Diaz at the moment? Because he's obviously injured at the moment, isn't he? Stones is. I'd say Stones for me is.
You
probably
could
your
tell
best
this
centre-back over
season
the
how
last,
iffy they've
the
been
last year.
defensively.
Well, it's that question again, isn't it? Are we basing it off the past 6 months? What are we basing it on?
Just if you had to pick a pairing of Man City centre backs and they're
Stones,
all fit
100%.
already, who's the pairing you're
Yeah,
picking?
Stones and Diaz, facts.
And,
And out of the two, who is the A centre back?
Who's the
Who
one
is
you
the
can't
B
lose?
centre back?
Right now?
If
Just in
you just
general,
look at
I'd
the
say.
two names, totality, you're taking everything into account. Form, last couple of years.
All right, let's say for the season,
Yeah.
one of them's fit for the whole season, one of them isn't. who is the one that you need to play the 38 games.
I'm not gonna lie, I'll take Stones still.
You take Stones.
And 12 months ago, everyone was going to say Diaz. That's why
I'm still sticking with Diaz.
I can't say. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying everyone as a consensus.
Oh my God!
Jesus.
United are teasing their way into City's box every time, man. Cancelo just getting it out. Oof. Martial shimmy.
500th game in the top flight managerial career.
When Arsene Wenger had that, what was Arsene Wenger? Was it 600 and then you lot beat them 6-0? Something like, was it 1,000. Maybe you lot beat Arsenal 6-0.
Yeah, we beat them 6-0 at Stamford Bridge in Wenger's 1,000th game. Yeah.
I needed
that's what I'm saying. It's a milestone game for Pep, and Man United are playing like they want to ruin it.
I thought that was almost into that dangerous space there.
I'm glad I'm not seeing Noah Taker for Man City today in goal.
For real.
Jesus Christ. What was he thinking for the positioning on that goal?
I don't want
the second goal in particular.
Yeah,
I can't even I just don't.
I miss Zach.
I don't want any PTSD during this match. Thank you.
I miss Zach, man. He was a good one.
Wait, didn't he try to do Edison and kicked it onto Mane or something like that?
Not everyone is Edison, you know.
Edison's not that.
Not
Out for a
everyone is
corner.
Edison.
No. What have you made of Manchester City start, Kennedy? Because it's not been great. I mean, De Bruyne.
I just feel like no one's in the position that they're meant to be in. I'm not taking that away from United. United are playing well, but I just feel like there's some sort of confusion. I don't know what it is. It's just, it doesn't seem calm. It doesn't seem collected. It just seems scatty is the word I would use at the minute.
Weghorst, a new signing as well.
Get him on.
You happy about that? Are you happy with that signing?
No.
You're not.
It doesn't do anything. Okay.
Do you not think so? I think it's a decent plan B.
I'm not saying it's not, but what I'm saying is, okay, our aspirations is top 4.
Yeah.
Trophy. That's the maximum really we can hope for. Maybe 2 trophies.
Please don't read too much into that Burnley stint.
No, I'm not.
In the Bundesliga, he was actually quite consistently scoring. Obviously, there's a bit of tax,
yeah,
but
a bit of tax. But what I'm saying is, for me, does he massively or even slightly? Does he massively improve our chances of meeting our targets for the year? I wouldn't say massively. I think it gives us...
Not massively.
I think it's another body. Martial has his injury issues. You have an option up front. But if we have to start Weghorst between now and the end of the season, our chances of finishing in the top 4 and winning a trophy, for me, don't increase. Whereas for me, if you're making those January signings, like we have in the past with a Bruno Fernandes, like Arsenal's trying to do with a Mudryk, like Spurs did last year with Kulusevski, not last year, season before with Kulusevski and Bentancur.
Yeah,
It was last year.
Bentancur and Kulusevski. You need something that's going to say, all right, that's going to add something as a first choice option to give you something to meet aspirations. Weghorst for me is
But do you not think if you're not thinking though in regards to like Ten Hag's playing style where he wants a forward who presses from the front, you look at the way he used Haller in his previous system where you think it's going to be kind of a physical target man, but he actually uses him almost as like a battering ram and then just uses Anthony's creativity to get him dangerous. He's got Anthony at United now. Can he use Wout Weghorst maybe in that same system? And I'm not saying maybe he's not that shiny, sparkly signing that you wanted, but just a little January spark plug, something different. Because he's completely different to what you've got at United.
He is, and that's the benefit to him, that it's a different option. It's not just a person, it's a different option. But I guess my disappointment comes from the fact that he wasn't Ten Hag's first or second choice. He wanted Gakpo, he wanted Felix. We've ended up with Weghorst. Now, it might work out, it might...
See what I'm saying? Where was you passing that to, bro? Where was that going?
He thinks he's Casemiro.
Chat just came and said another ball snore. North London derby has more passion. For me, I've already said it. That's the bigger derby. No one can debate it. It's not even.
What's a bigger derby?
North London derby over Manchester.
Best derby in the country.
Okay,
100%.
Firstly, I'm going to stop you right there.
Facts.
Firstly, that is bigger to
say
you.
how much you agree?
No,
I'm a Chelsea fan. I ain't got no stake in this.
No, but it's bigger based on the place that you are.
No, it's bigger because they genuinely hate each other.
So,
It's-
have you been to
I know
Manchester?
you hate them, but it's not mutual. Trust me.
The bigger
Trust
thing-
me, it's not
It is mutual.
It's not. It's
Forget
not.
it.
Not
bigger.
from Manchester,
It's
bro.
not that deep. It's not that deep.
Manchester, Mandeville,
you are
Do you want me to tell
Jamaica.
you why? Do you want me
You
to tell you
are
why? Do you want me
bugging.
to tell you why, Kennedy? Because
You know where United Stadium? No, stop.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why.
You know where United Stadium is? They used to say that they're not even part of Manchester, that they're their own city. Do you understand?
Barcelona do that as well in Spain.
That is the typical London arrogance, yeah?
No, it's not.
To say that the London derby is more important
Do you want me to tell you why?
than a Manchester derby is more important to people in London
let me tell you
or to
why.
people that focus on them bigger clubs.
Let me tell you
why.
Not.
Tell us why the Manchester derby is bigger.
Because when you were going for the title with Liverpool, who were Manchester United fans cheering for? You. Have you ever heard in your life? Hold on. Have you ever heard in your life?
I don't know no Manchester United fans that was cheering for us.
Of course.
I know a few, trust me.
All of them.
I know a few, trust me.
We weren't cheering.
From here.
All of them were cheering for you.
weren't cheering.
Because they didn't.
It don't matter if they're from here or
There's
not.
not a single. Yes, it does, because what I'm saying is, you can only base your decisions on what you're around and your environment and what you've seen.
Football's a global game now.
Oh, listen to me now. You can only base your decisions on your surroundings and what you've seen. If you haven't been in Manchester and you haven't experienced that, so you can't sit here and say that something based in London, because London's the centre of the universe, is more important.
It's not about London being centre of the universe. Nothing to do with
Kennedy, wait.
It's the fact that Manchester United fans, even Mancunians, because I was speaking to Mancunians, wanted you guys to win the league before. Let me finish. Before Liverpool, because they didn't want Liverpool to catch them on Premier League titles, and they didn't feel like your titles were as relevant to Liverpool's. You would never catch an Arsenal or Tottenham fan ever choose any other club but them two themselves to be more not going for a title. If Arsenal fans look at Tottenham at the top of the league, they're saying anybody win that league over Tottenham, and same vice versa.
Do you know what it is?
Nobody else.
Do you know what it is as well? It's for me. It's you look at the North London derby. Yeah, I think every single fixture you can look back on over the last 15 years, there's goals, there's fire, there's passion. There's entertainment in some form or capacity. Even in our biggest L's, our biggest W's, every home fixture is almost like a guaranteed win for us. Every away fixture is almost like a guaranteed loss. There's always drama. I just feel like for entertainment purposes, no derby has come close, which is why I'm saying it's for me the best. It's nothing to do with location.
Was the word used? I might be getting this wrong. I'll hold my hands up. Wasn't the word used important?
Fuad.
No.
Biggest
and best.
It's
the best derby in the country,
let me say something.
and no derby comes close.
I agree.
Can I add this?
Go on.
Manchester United. How many times have they said Liverpool is the bigger fixture than Man City?
It is.
So how can the secondary fixture for Manchester United be bigger than Arsenal Tottenham?
It's feasible because Man United is bigger than both Arsenal and Tottenham, probably combined. I'm not saying it's feasible. I'm not saying it's right, but what I would say,
he just slid.
I think
Slimy.
I think entertainment-wise, North London derby is incomparable, 100%. I think goals, excitement, etc. But if we're talking about, like, say, fiercest rivalries, then you could a Newcastle Sunderland. Oh, granted, Premier League.
What?
They're not in the Premier League.
Brother, please, man.
Stop. But
Newcastle Sunderland hype, lad, man.
No, but in terms of how much they hate each other, you can't say a Spurs fan and Arsenal fan hate each other more than other rivalries across the country.
I hear that.
Okay, yeah.
Birmingham.
No, but
listen, I ain't talking about rivalry and hatred. I'm just talking about the game on the pitch.
Entertainment-wise,
Which one do you look
biggest.
forward to when it's on the calendar? North London derby, everyone knows they're tuning in because something's going on.
in terms of like city rivalries.
You lot drew me out, you know.
No, I didn't. I said biggest. I said that clearly.
I'm trying to
I didn't say most important.
No.
Why would I say most important?
Matisse,
That's a pointless
I'm
argument.
trying to be nice this year, yeah. I'm trying to be calm, and I'm trying to not come on streams and get rattled. And you just rattled me, yeah. You just triggered a little thing there, and
She basically said, "Bun London." It's about Manchester, yeah.
And it's not.
But the thing is,
Do you know what it is? It's not like I can't explain it to you, is it? And it's not that energy of that. Like I'm not saying bundle.
Yeah.
But it's like it is. You wouldn't know unless you was in my position, or anyone else's position in the country. It does tend to be, and it's across the board in all different sports, music, whatever. It just tends to be that everywhere else gets overlooked, and there is a little bit of an arrogance there.
Jesus
Back
Christ.
post Haaland! Oh my God! Go!
Well, I didn't hit that first time.
So you just drew me out. You just drew me out.
I didn't mean to. I mean, I said the biggest.
I mean, Liverpool Man United is the biggest, but it's not the most exciting.
You see what I'm saying? You see that the fact that he just said that. And I've heard many Manchester United fans, even Mancunians, say Liverpool, Manchester United is the biggest. Therefore, Manchester City versus Man United cannot be the biggest because half of the fixture is saying that there's a different team. You can't have two. Do you know what I'm saying?
Listen, the more Man
You're calling them the side chick.
The more Man
Effectively, you're calling Man City your side chick.
They are.
Your side derby.
Yeah, they are.
So how can your side piece be bigger than Arsenal and Tottenham?
I can't explain.
You
I don't want to say.
understand where I'm
I know 100%.
No, but let me tell you why.
And I'm a Chelsea fan.
No.
I understand I'm the side piece to the Arsenal.
Man
Let me
United
explain
carry
something.
Man
Let me
United carry
explain
the
something to
derbies,
you.
innit?
You might have felt back in the day that Liverpool.
We're like you know.
Liverpool, I know.
We're both side
Liverpool,
pieces.
Liverpool was a big. Wait a minute. Pause. You might have felt back in the day as a Man United fan that Liverpool was the biggest game and the biggest rivalry because of them being better than City at that time. Do you understand what I mean? So yeah, you and Liverpool might have been there. So then they might have been your biggest rivals. But you can't now say that that's the case today.
But it takes time.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
There's a current theme
if you're
with me.
basing it
I like
on
to jump
how
things over a
beneficial
period
it is
of
to you
time.
as a team and where you're going to sit in the table, fine. But you can't say that now.
But I think there's. Listen, I'm not from
Liverpool
Manchester.
aren't your biggest rivals now.
Liverpool and Manchester United are their biggest rivals within England. As in, that's the biggest rivalry in England. Manchester and Liverpool, because of how successful we've been across the
I hear that.
the years. So it takes Man City, and Man City are getting 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I didn't care about Man City. Even 10 years, I didn't care about Man City.
I hear it.
But now, I actually care. 10 years ago, when Robinho and Adebayor were scoring against Arsenal, I was happy. Fun Arsenal.
See what I just said to you?
Because those results didn't mean anything to me. It meant more for Arsenal to lose
men were cheering
than
you
it
on.
did for Man City to win. Adebayor
I hear that.
ran 100 yards to celebrate in front of the fans. I was celebrating with him.
I get that.
But
don't you think now?
Man City's above Arsenal, but they're not above Liverpool.
Don't you think now the hatred is worse though?
Yes.
On your side because we flipped the script.
No, it's worse now, but it's going to take longer to surpass Liverpool. It's gone past Chelsea, Arsenal, and anyone else who was challenging us for titles. Now, because you started winning from 2012, when you won that on the last day of the season,
almost the perfect ball,
everything
man.
changed.
Fuck.
Everything changed in 2012.
So your hatred is growing, but my point is, North London derby, the hatred has never changed.
Regardless
of where
who's
Tottenham
where.
sit in the league, Arsenal hate
But
Tottenham.
I would say,
period. There is no conversation.
Man United and Man City
period.
fans within Manchester always hated each other. Always. From time immemorial. They've always hated. But it never really spilled outside of the city because...
Oh my God.
Ooh.
KDB, edge of the box here. One more.
That's what I'm
Ooh.
saying, passing it to nowhere,
Mahrez
bro.
wide.
He wasn't there. Too slow. Pissing
There
me
was a
off.
ball into Haaland. He should have played that earlier. I feel
Yeah.
like that shouldn't have gone to KDB.
KDB's been a little bit iffy the last couple matches. Come on against Southampton, nothing really happened. No shots on target for Haaland as well when he came on.
the World Cup
65th
flop?
minute. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. I just want to finally ask, right? You see, in terms of this derby conversation, which derby would you rather go to as a neutral?
But I'm not neutral.
Right,
I know you can't ask us that, can you? Why would you rather go to
I'm the only
neutral?
I set myself up.
I've never actually been to a North London derby. I've been to a Manchester derby, obviously, but I've never actually been to a North London derby.
As a neutral, I'd like to go to Manchester derby because I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't want to go to Arsenal. It's a lose-lose. I hate both of them. So I'd probably go Manchester derby. I want to go Manny.
Change the scenery.
Yeah, change the scenery, man. 100%. I want to go Manny.
This is an interesting game.
Weekend in money. It's 27 minutes in and it's been pretty much possession. Aside from that Bruno kind of crossface shot, there really hasn't been much action in front of goal, to be fair. City teasing to the edge of the box and not being able to execute the final pass, and then United just the same, to be fair.
Tell you what, it's better.
It's looking like that draw might be for real, you know.
It's better.
Yeah,
than,
but I was hoping
how
for a
we went
score
at
draw,
Etihad,
man.
When you lot were like 4-0 up in the first half. So.
Hey, man. It ain't easy. It ain't easy.
Listen, we got 3 games. Like this game, Palace and Arsenal in the week. I'll take 5 points. I'll take 5 points from those 3 games.
Say that again?
I would actually rather
This game, Palace and Arsenal.
Yeah,
You would take 5 points.
Yeah, draw, win, draw. I'll take that. I would rather get those 5 points unbeaten in that period
Then win.
than win twice. Because even though you get 6 points and a loss
What
versus
the-
5 points, because we
I'm trying to work out the maths. My
I'm
brain's
sorry,
like.
that made no sense. You literally just
I'd rather
said you would rather
rather
take
take
5
5
points
points
than
than
6.
six.
yeah for the next 3 games because you know what,
Does that math to you?
no, I'll tell you
Because
what.
that math ain't
Hold on,
mathing.
how did you get 5 points from the 3 games? Two
Because
draws and
two
a win.
draws and a win,
If
yeah.
Why would you rather
City,
do that?
draw because I don't want to lose to either City
No.
or Arsenal.
No.
because 100%.
Points mean
I don't want
positions.
to. No, yes, it does, but it's so early in the season that 1 point, of course, at the end of the season, 1 point would be the difference.
Trust
but
me.
the momentum that we're currently on, unbeaten for how long we are.
Depends how you lose the game. If the way Arsenal lost at Old Trafford didn't kill their momentum.
I hear it.
It was a proud performance.
I hear it. There's context.
So if you lose
to all
one
of
of
it.
those games in a respectable manner and you get a dodgy ref, I'm taking 6 points over 9
all day,
over 5 every single day.
No, because we're on this unbeaten record.
No.
Unbeaten run.
I
don't want no. It's not.
doing this on
No.
again?
I don't want to lose the momentum. Let's say for
momentum's still
I'll
there.
give you an example. Say we beat City
Yeah.
and beat Palace, cool 6. And then Arsenal turn us over like they can do at Emirates. You have to pick yourself up from that.
Some people are saying 6 is better than 5.
Of course, 6 points is more than 5, but
This guy.
I do get you thought
in the long
pattern, but
term-
it's still no.
in the long term, I think keeping the momentum of being able to compete with the big teams, both City and Arsenal who are challenging for the league, and beating the teams we're supposed to beat, I think that would do more for us in the long term. Because if Arsenal turn us over, you have to pick yourself up from that. One loss becomes 2 losses.
Right, what if it was 1-0?
Not necessarily.
Oh, I said there's context to it. But
depends on the
on the
context.
All right, if you got
surface
beat
of it-
1-0, would you rather take the 6 points?
Yeah, probably.
1-0.
But I don't like Arsenal. I hate Arsenal. I can't lose to these teams. I can't lose. The only way I'll take 6 points, the only way is if we beat Arsenal and beat City and lost to Palace.
Do you want to know the poll results for the derby conversation?
Go on.
Not on the Nami thinger.
Which derby is bigger? Manchester derby got 28%.
It's not been long enough. Let people vote longer.
That's a landslide, mate. That's a landslide.
Can we get some analytics on where the people are voting from?
do
Yes,
you remember,
thank you.
look, I'm sorry, but look at this City press, yeah? And please just watch Haaland and tell me,
How much do I miss Jesus?
bruh.
But listen, this is another reason why
Nah,
you
but
can't win the
the
league.
thing is,
I've got an agenda.
yeah, is no,
I've got an
but it's
agenda.
like
I'll bring it in a second.
on the ball, yeah. And I want to talk about this on the ball. It feels like City have lost a little bit with Haaland coming in because it feels like it's almost
10 men.
Haaland or bust, basically, is their kind of. But defensively as well, I feel like their press has been one of their
is that
biggest.
massive?
Oh my god,
man?
man,
What is that, Bruno?
that is awful. United counter completely
Jesus
breaking down there.
Christ.
Bruno just playing a sloppy ball there to Malacia. He's down injured here potentially as well.
Teammate injured with his dead pass. Doesn't make no sense.
But I'm trying to. It was a bad pass, but he was running in treacle, like sprint.
Nah, that's him sprinting, man. Come on.
Oh come on,
Come on.
No,
That's
no,
an
no.
awful pass, man.
Are you really?
Come on, man.
No, I don't blame Malacia. But I was like, where are you before the pass went? Before you
He's
even passed
moving.
it.
He's moving.
Get there quicker. But it was a bad pass.
Get there quicker. What is he, a bus?
It was a bad pass.
He's moving. Bruno just needs to pass to him. Don't know what Bruno's doing.
He was expecting.
He licked his head off the
Oh,
ground, though,
Jesus,
man.
man.
Yikes, man. That wasn't.
What was the? We were talking about Haaland.
Yeah, so I was talking about Haaland, basically, how he's kind of just impacted this City team. And I know he's a world-class player, world-class finisher. I'm not doubting whether he's a good player or not. But is he kind of good for City's, what they've kind of been built on over the last 5 or 6 years, which has kind of been the intricacy of their movement, their team, their press,
Yeah, it's not
their
too
ability to
predictable.
pass. Now it seems like tippy football. Find the ball to Haaland, and if that don't work, and a couple of times this first half an hour, I've just been seeing their press where the wingers are pushing, and where that forward is meant to give that second press, he just doesn't follow, or he jogs it a little bit, and it's like, has he taken away from City a little bit in that aspect?
I think at the start of the season, not so much. It was like, I was surprised because I was like, why are they going to build this team around him? And then I was pleasantly like, oh, okay, fine, like this is working. But I feel like as time's gone on, yeah, it is very predictable. It's a little bit robotic. And unless he's in the exact same place at the right time, there's nothing happens. So
if we compare, I think I had the stats for it. Let me try to find them. Where if you compare City this year to last year, I haven't got it.
City have always been slow starters, haven't they?
No, but if you compare where they are compared to last year, they're 2 points difference. I think last year after 17 games, 41 points versus 39 they got this year. They've pretty much scored, I think it's 45 this year, 40 last year, or the other way around. I can't 100% remember. But it's the goals conceded that's different. Last year they conceded 9. This year I think they conceded 16, which is a goal a game. Last year it was less than a goal a game. And I think the lack of control that playing a Haaland. Ooh.
Oh my God, Rashford out! Edison out! Rashford! Oh my God, Walker off the line. Well, not off the line, but
wasn't a
blocks
great
it.
shot,
Wan-Bissaka?
It wasn't a great
Oh
shot.
my
Chopping.
God, Edison playing.
Come on.
Oh, claims it now, but
You need
my
to- you need
God.
to get that in the air.
Yeah, he needed to get in the air. Yeah.
Oi. Edison
big
nearly had
chance for Rashford.
blood on his hands there.
It's a massive opportunity for Rashford.
What's happening?
Just couldn't get no lift on it.
And I'll be honest with you, I think as much as we can kind of say the press has fallen out from the front, that could be why City maybe defensively don't look as good. I do think their defence, aside from John Stones, Aki in parts as well, Walker hasn't really been available this season. Cancelo has pretty much fallen off a cliff form-wise. I think Edison has had more mistakes in his game over the last year to 18 months than I've ever seen him. So there've definitely been kind of drop-offs in key areas. I think they miss a little player like Zinchenko as well. I think a lot of City fans are realising now the importance of guys like him and Jesus.
Listen, I said
and
it-
even at the time, I think a lot of City fans were saying, look, they are big losses because
Listen.
they were literally like-for-like qualities when you brought them in. I don't think Zinchenko ever dropped less than a 7 out of 10. You sound like you're wincing there, but go first.
No, I'm rinsing at the chart.
Okay. I was like, I feel like there's some Zinchenko slander coming. I was like, hold on.
when all that was happening, and I said, like, look, these are two, like, important players to me, and I feel like to a lot of other City fans, when I was saying that, everyone else was like, no, what do you mean you're going to get Haaland? Like, you've got money, look at all your other team, you don't need to worry, don't care, da, 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 da. Unfortunately, as I've said before, it's not always about the players that you bring in, it's about how they play as a team. And Zinchenko, despite, he didn't play many games towards the end, whatever, and Jesus, when they was integrated into that team, it was like exciting, it was slick, it was...
Ooh, Foden. What a ball that was,
That was
though.
meant to be Haaland.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
that-
God.
That was meant to be Haaland.
Was that KDB?
Yeah, KDB with the
Hi,
ball,
yeah, that is trademark.
Bro, he loves
Now,
that.
right half space,
Bro, he
inside of the
loves-
boot. Oh, he might have just been off. Is
He
that
loves
arm
little
keeping him on?
scoop. He loves that scoop.
Yeah, now that's been taken away. Are they as exciting to you to watch?
Yeah.
It is,
If it
but
wasn't
not really.
Arsenal,
I don't want to
then-
see Arsenal
then it would
gaining
be-
the
But
benefits
it's more,
of that.
it's more exciting because I think
But-
the other team has more chance. So there's a bit more of a, I won't say basketball, but a bit more of an end-to-end than it would be without.
Fine.
Because before, when you got basically six midfielders, the three and then the three
But
up
in
front.
terms of how they're playing, even the passes, is it as exciting to you as a team?
For me, it's more exciting because I don't like the whole tippy-tappy. I like direct football. So if you got a man that's running off the shoulder and you can put a ball through, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like all the pass. So as a
Same.
neutral, I like it.
Fine.
But if I was a City fan, which I would never be,
All right, just for
just let them know, innit? Because they think I'm on
Which I will
London and they're
never
a
be.
glory hunter, innit? That's what they say. But no,
If you was a
if,
glory,
I-
you
if,
wouldn't.
if I was a City fan, I would be a bit concerned because I don't think they have the control over games that they used to have. And it's not Haaland's fault in the sense that he's the player that he is and you bought him. He can't change that. But I think there was a reason why at the start of the season, as mad as it is now, I said, I'm not sure. I don't think this season is going to be like epic for Haaland that everyone's expecting. I was wrong. The man scoring goals ridiculously.
Yeah.
But if they don't win the league title, I'm taking.
If they don't win the, if they don't win the Champions League,
Hey, Rashford through on goal here. What a save.
let me ask this, right? If you win this game, are you in the title race?
No. Because City are 5 points already behind Arsenal. We'd be 6 points behind Arsenal, and they've got, I don't know. I can't
Tottenham
figure.
away tomorrow.
I'm trying to work out if we've got a game in hand or anything. I can't remember. But Arsenal need to drop. We have to beat Arsenal. And this is why I don't want to lose to either of these teams, because if we're talking about a title race, which we're far from, one would have to beat both of them, I think. But we cannot afford to lose to one of them.
I
If
hear
you
that.
lose to one of them, you drop further away from a potential title race. If you draw, the discussion kind of goes on. Maybe if they still have to play each other twice. So that's where either of them or if both of them could drop points. You lose to one of them, you're even further out of the reach, especially Arsenal. You're even further out of the reach of potentially being a title race. But for me, I'm not even willing to talk about a title race. Listen, Fergie said the season starts in April, innit? So I'll see you then. I'll
Oh
see
my
you
God,
then.
KDB over the shoulder here.
But
Listen, game is just starting to open up here. 7 minutes in the first half left. Pep looking frustrated, man.
For me, there's 4 teams going for 2 spaces in the top 4. Arsenal and City are secure. I think Newcastle, Man United, Spurs, and Liverpool. Chelsea, for me, they're out of it. They have to be better than Liverpool, Spurs, and Man United and Newcastle, not just one team. So I'm more looking at our results versus those teams. And if we get a draw with City and a draw with Arsenal, then Liverpool have to go beat Arsenal. Spurs have to go beat Arsenal to close that gap. So yeah, there's a method in my madness, guys. I'm not crazy.
Okay. 38 minutes gone, 0-0. Both teams. Well, I think Man City have certainly improved. They couldn't really go any further backwards the way they started the first 10 minutes, but both teams have had their opportunity, especially Man United. They've had some clear-cut chances with Rashford, unfortunately not taken.
And Bruno slicing across the face of goal as well.
Yeah, game plan seems to be working for maybe Ten Hag a little bit. Here's Cancelo. I feel like I could have seen more from him today.
City ain't had a shot on target.
Nope.
Again.
They had one shot.
Didn't have a shot on target against Southampton for 90 minutes.
All right.
You guys really did scar me that game. I was shocked with how you was playing. Did you saw the same thing I saw, right?
Shush.
It was crazy. That's the Man City Cup, you know. That's Man United. They're gonna go and try and win that. You see, I got Man United fans DM and be like, "We're gonna win the trophy. We're gonna win the trophy." And it's all because of you guys. It's because of you.
Go on, Rash.
Because you're not handling business.
Merry Christmas.
No, not Merry nothing. I need Newcastle now to step it up. They're disrespecting Newcastle so much for that Carabao Cup. It's insane. Man United fans think they won the trophy already. They ain't won a trophy in 6 seasons, isn't it? 6 seasons?
This would be the sixth
season. Yeah.
Does anyone care about Carabao Cup?
Yes, they do now. That's the funny thing. When you guys were winning it, Man United fans were like, "Oh, we don't care about that trophy." Mickey
Now
Mouse.
you want it.
When you ain't won a
look
trophy
at
in
them.
6 years, you
Look at
take
them.
anything.
Look at them now.
Take anything. Let's finish second and win the Community Shield. Like, we take anything.
I always told everybody, always respect all the competitions. As long as it's not the Audi Cup or the Emirates Cup, you should always respect them. You should always respect the cups because
No, you should. You are right.
are never.
you never know when you're not going to win one.
Facts.
Listen, when Jose first came to the league, he was like,
Rashford injury.
He looks
Straight after that sprint, he went down grabbing his hip and he's slamming the ground. You know straight away what that means.
What's he holding?
Have slashed.
He was holding his hip just
He
there.
knows he's done.
Drastically
He looks
slashed.
fuming.
Mate, Manchester Derby early kickoff. This is the last thing you need. Hot patch of form he was just on as well.
this is why.
Southgate in the stands
This
as well.
is why I
know,
cannot
he's
get
stressing.
excited about Weghorst. Rashford's
Wet horse.
Rashford's out. Weghorst ain't covering.
Martial left wing.
We need more. We needed Felix.
Hey,
Bar the red card, we needed Felix.
let me remind you of a
It's
little
freezing
something. Yeah? There's a young
What are you
man.
saying?
There's a young boy who...
No,
Wait,
no, he's not talking about Garnacho.
there's Garnacho there.
Oh, wait.
There
Do
is
it again. I like
Garnacho
it.
there.
Set the scene.
Yeah, but
Go
there's
on.
a young man who United spent 2 years chasing. A young man who left the bright lights of Man City
I feel like we're doing
to go and
ASMR.
tear up Germany. He then came back. We ain't heard from him in months.
Yeah, he's been in the mountains.
Last I heard, he's been sent to, as you said there, the mountains.
Hyperbolic time chamber. If you
Is
know,
it
you
time
know.
for Sancho to come back and have an impact?
Not today.
He's gonna
Not today, per se, but I'm saying with Rashford, if
in the
Rashford's
mountains
injury
today,
serious here, that's an option. I'm like, listen,
gonna
I
have
know everyone sold their Sancho stock.
I'm
Holding on to a little something,
Yeah,
something.
I got
I can
two
see a
shares.
future
Revival,
bounce
yeah?
back. I'm
Take a
telling
gamble.
you. Listen, don't doubt. When I see talent, I don't sell all stock on talent. That boy had talent,
his
and
face
there was a
drives me off.
time 18 months ago where people were looking at this kid like, oh yeah, he's the third one after Haaland and Mbappe.
yeah.
You can say it's crazy now.
But it wasn't
2
crazy
years ago,
then.
it was not crazy. But
Numbers-
Felix is
numbers
coming
was
back for his title,
crazy.
man. Felix is coming back for his
what
title.
he was doing was absurd, and there is no way that just all of a sudden goes out the window. I've said he's not had the best situation at United. When he came in, he had Ronaldo shoehorned in. All of a sudden, you can't wear the number 7 we were promised. You got to wear 25. You got to sit behind Anthony this year, who's another signing that's come in.
he's had-
you had Garnacho break
He's had
through.
4 managers.
Yeah, you've had
since he's been
Garnacho.
there.
You've had 4 different managers. You've played under how many different systems? And especially when you were signed as like a marquee signing, chased for 2 years, I don't think that was the kind of situation he was expecting to walk in on.
Not at all.
Add on top of that, he's a massive, in my opinion, similar like Rashford, a confidence-based player. If a manager's not putting his arm around him and telling him, you're that guy, this is kind of what you're going to get, which is why Ten Hag, I think, has just said, you know what, let me take out the limelight for a bit, focus on yourself. And I think Ten Hag, if he can fully get his arms around him, and Sancho has that mentality, that's where maybe I question, does he have that kind of elite mentality to push himself to
I
be the
think
best?
at this
I think he's
stage-
got the raw technical ability, It's just the mentality where
But this is it. I think
I'm
at this
hoping
stage,
for a bounce
I think
back.
at this stage it's all about mentality, because you can't question his ability. The mentality to get up to the right level of fitness in terms of what the manager wants from you, running, pressing, etc. And I think the rest will come. You're going through this slump. Rashford went through an 18-month slump, and a lot of people wrote him off. But he was able to, however he was able to do it through Ten Hag, through his team, through his own himself, he was able to rise above that. And I think that's the only thing that's holding Sancho back. I know he's gone through some personal difficulties in the last year or so, family and close friends, etc. Those things happen in life, and you have to find a way to get through that. If he does that, then listen, our front line is set. You got Anthony, who I think is a very good talent, Garnacho, Rashford, Sancho. That's 4 wide forwards for 2 positions, all young, all 25 and under. You're set, but the ball's in Sancho's court. I trust Ten Hag.
Oh my God, what a ball. KDB left foot.
Oh my
Varane,
goodness.
that is crucial.
Wow. What an opportunity. Man City just in a split second just break through the
Literally.
defensive shape. And that's what they can do, man.
Oh my God.
Free kick.
Is that a free kick?
No,
No.
I thought
Malacia.
it was. I'm not going to lie. I thought
Same.
it was. Can Rashford run? I don't even know if he can run.
Counter.
Go.
Here we go. Rashford.
Mate.
mate.
Ran out of play.
Is that Malacia?
Can't believe he's still on. I thought it was over for him.
Same.
Might try to take it to half time and see.
Might ruin.
Yeah, Casemiro,
Might
so
make
it's a foul.
things
Nah, he went down
might-
early there.
Might make things worse though, isn't it? If he keeps playing and he just
Yeah.
keeps
Was that-
going on,
was
and
that
on, it might
very
make things
annoying?
Was
worse.
that not a little bit of the problem under Ollie as well, where he kept having that back issue, and Ollie just kept saying, "Hey man, take an injection, and you can ride it through." And he was performing, but then at some point you could see physically,
And I think
he could
that's a
not
lot
it.
to do with
And
how his performances, in the last
over the
18
last
months.
18 months.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the thing. It's a mixture of kind of confidence, form, fitness.
Yeah.
But it all starts somewhere. And obviously with Sancho, he's now obviously been sent to the mountains. But Rashford, I don't know if playing him on with a kind of
But listen, Rashford's
best
25.
thing for him at the
Rashford's
moment.
25. He needs to know his body. He knows his body more than anyone else. And when you've gone through that injury already, and you know the effect that it had on you
It's a
in the
Manchester
midterm.
derby. He supports Man United. The emotion.
Oh my God!
Oh, what a strike!
Kyle Walker trying to light one up from 30 yards out. Rotted.
I thought he was Cancelo.
Oh my God.
But Rashford needs to be able to say.
They thought he
"I
was
can't
going to switch that.
continue."
He said, hold this. Hey, that was not far.
It wasn't. It was swerving
did.
that way.
Oh my Lord.
That was a Vincent
That's
Kompany
good
moment
technique right there.
He was trying to have it.
Vinny, no, Vinny, no. Vinny, no, don't shoot, don't shoot. Don't shoot, Vinny, no. And there it is, half-time, 0-0.
Wow. Wowee.
Listen, it's been a game of not much excitement, to be fair. A lot of possession for Man City, a few half chances for both teams, to be fair. City coming close just at the end there with Kyle Walker. What have we kind of made of that first half? Neeks, talk to me.
Listen, I've been pleased. I've been pleased with it. As I
There you
said,
are.
I said, if Man City play at their best, if both teams are at their best, then I think they win in the end. It's not going to be a 6-3 battering.
Yeah.
I never thought that, but I think they win in the end. We've done our job. I don't think, other than maybe the final ball or final finish, being perfect, and you can't expect everyone to be perfect all the time. We've done everything we set out to do. Defending in terms of the back four, the midfield with Fred and Casemiro, and the forwards, running off and making opportunities for our midfielders to get the ball to them. I don't think we could have done much more other than finish one or two. Let's say one chance. Everything else has been nigh on perfect. So the reason why we are still in with a great chance to win this game is because City's form hasn't improved from how they've kind of been in the last few games. And I think it's partly to do with us in terms of how we're playing, but there's been basic passes that they've missed and nothing to do with us. We're just there.
Yeah.
So for me, we're doing our job, and hopefully City continue to perform how they have performed in the first 45, and I think we can win this. I think we can win this.
Kennedy, you annoyed with that first half? Kind of, obviously, as Neeks just touched on there, last couple of games haven't been the best bit of form. You maybe would have expected a little bit more of a bounce. I know you were nervous coming into this, but so far, no shots on target, but 68% possession for City in that first half. Is that worrying?
Basically what Neeks said, there's been a lot of passes that have been missed that have had nothing to do with United whatsoever. Just seemed sloppy, lazy, I don't know what it is. I did think that maybe the past couple of games have got in their heads a little bit, and then they've gone to Old Trafford and it's this rivalry thing. But But yeah, you would have expected to push and motivate him, and like you say, encourage him to fix up. But it's looking like United are doing all right. You know, a couple of shots on target now. I think they're going to score in the next half. Seems like City are waking up towards the end of that first half. Then.
Any changes maybe you do in the half time to kind of maybe give a little bit of that extra?
I might bring Gundogan on, you know.
Yeah.
But
For Bernardo, maybe.
The super chat's coming here. He said City's better score fast. United seem to be growing in confidence. Haaland needs to find his head. Malacia looks suspect in defence. He's weak. He's the weak link. City 5, United 1. This was 8 minutes ago.
City 5.
Yeah, it ain't no like pre-match prediction. 5-1 to City, 8 minutes.
he might have come through late.
So maybe that came through late, but that's a wild prediction.
The bank didn't allow.
No, and you're giving 5-1s. That's crazy. But yeah, in terms of that first half, I do think that it's anyone's game. It depends on what manager's really going to make his stamp with the team talk at half-time. I want to see who's going to come out the second half and actually show a little bit of a change in mentality, because I do think both teams are they're kind of fishing each other out. They don't want to overcommit, which is fair enough.
Nobody wants to lose this game.
No one wants to lose this game. You can see it. Nobody wants to lose this game. Everyone's relying on little give and goes and little breaks, but no one's committing too many bodies forward. And I think now it's starting to even out. At the start of the game, I was a bit disappointed with City.
Yeah,
now
they're waking up a bit.
Into it, yeah.
But
we have a couple of good clearances. The ball from De Bruyne that came in, I think Wan-Bissaka. I think he actually won the header in the end.
Yeah,
Foden.
and then Varane near post last second as well.
So City have got in behind a couple of times, like in behind the defensive line, but
Nothing
they had a shot on target.
Nothing really penetrative, yeah. And I'd say, look, United have probably had a couple of the best chances, I think, when Rashford obviously broke through. You had Bruno slicing it across the face of goal. And even sometimes I say you can not have possession but still control a game. I think Jose Mourinho once said it. I feel like that's kind of what United are doing. It's like, yeah, you can keep the possession in front of our box or whatever, but you're not going to kind of break that final ball. And it's those kind of little surprise passes from KDB where he's got that bit of quality. But they're going to need him to step up. I think Haaland definitely, I don't know where he's kind of been in that first half, to be fair. I think he definitely needs to step up. And this is kind of where people, I think, expect a little bit more from Haaland. It's, okay, when you're not scoring, what are you doing? Because nobody, when I tell you nobody questions this game, but great players will always be questions. And he's come in, he's borderline going to break records, but it's like in a big Manchester derby, 12:30 kickoff. I always say these early kickoffs as well, they catch a lot of players out. Like, they catch me out as a fan, because we got to wake up early and be like, roll over. But these guys got to have pasta 10 a.m. and be ready for a 12:30 kickoff. And I'm like, I know there's a lot of players out there who sometimes aren't feeling it. And it could be that, where he's just kind of, still half asleep, but half time.
I don't think he sleeps. I think he's a robot.
Terminator.
But I feel like we're starting to see that now in him. We're starting to see that he is real. And I said from day one, like, unless he is in that same position on time, at the start he was always offside. Now he's been onside. Now it's got to that point where it is like, yeah, what else is he doing other than receiving a pass? Like,
this is why
there's not much technical. Well, no, you can't even do that because Mbappe is technically
superior,
gifted, unreal.
Drop deep.
Haaland's not there yet. I want to see him get there. I want to see Pep challenge him. Like, can we make you a better? Can we make? Yeah, because can we make you a better baller? He's young, man. He wants to go off to all these different clubs. He wants to go to Europe. Like, Can we make him more than just?
What do you want to make him, like a Harry Kane?
No.
Well, no.
But not even like turn him into a Harry Kane, but just evolution.
Yeah, I want to see the growth. I want to see the technical abilities develop.
Even like Drogba, Drogba, you saw that when he came to Chelsea, he was a strong player. Yeah. He could be a target man essentially. But you lot were like, bro, we reckon you could be a one-man front line, hold the ball up, volleys. Hey, you want to take free kicks? Go on, you can take. So it's that kind of evolution. Yeah.
Because and he's going to get bored doing that, surely.
No, he won't. He's a robot.
No, he will, because it's
it's
like you said. You're seeing him not really sprint for the ball. You're seeing him do a little bit of a light jog or whatever. Like, as a person we know he's passionate, and we know that he wants to be the best. He's that guy, and he is that kid at school that wants to be the best at everything, right? And he will be. So standing in the same position and waiting to be fed is just not going to work for him on a long-term basis.
Okay. I like the Drogba comparison is good, because I feel like asking him to become like a Harry Kane or Rooney.
It's
that's
mad.
just not
Yeah,
gonna
I know.
happen.
People nowadays, when they
But-
think of striker evolution, they
that's
always go
what-
to
yeah,
Kane.
but
Yeah.
Drogba's a good one. This super chat says Mahrez is being a lazy bum on that right wing. Damn.
We have been slow. We have been slow.
As ruthless as that is, we're going to ruthlessly cut to the Derby Day talk between KG and Daps. Let's see what they had to say.
Things are going in cycles. And Man United cycle is returning. And you
It's
know
what
it.
you're pinning-
You
you're
know it.
pinning
You
your
can
hopes on
see.
that.
You can. No, you just see.
I
the
heard
manager.
it before the last derby.
No,
and you got
because
smacked for
it
6.
was too soon. It was just too soon.
Okay. But now's not too soon, just to confirm.
No,
it's not too soon.
we're ready for this one. We're ready for this one. We're ready for this one. Again, you lot are going to allow Arsenal to almost win. Anyone that allows Arsenal to win the
almost
league.
win in January.
No, I'm saying
Almost
if
in
you
January.
allow Arsenal,
That is Man United
if you
talk.
allow Arsenal to win the league on your watch, yeah, you haven't
We're
done
not
a good
allowing
job.
them to.
You
We're
haven't
winning
been
the
good
league.
custodians.
Listen,
You
we're
have not
doing
been good
predictions yet.
custodians.
We are winning the league. Can I just put it out there?
All right, because you haven't been good custodians. If that happens under your watch, when you're supposed to be dominating, what's going on?
It's not going to happen.
Because of you lot, we
Are
can't
talking
enjoy
on
AFTV.
what at the moment, if I'm being brutally honest, is Pep Guardiola.
Your
That's my biggest
yourself.
fear. It's,
You're
my
taking
biggest
the piss.
fear is what team he
This ain't
picks.
this ain't like one of them classic black movies,
No.
bro. When the biggest fear is yourself, bro. No, it's not Coach Carter, bro. Your biggest fear is against.
That
on
hurt
the
you a
pitch.
little bit, innit?
No,
That's
no,
rattled
because I
you a
know
little
because
bit.
I
It's
liked
rattled you a little bit.
It felt Hollywoodish, and I thought the biggest fear is fighting. And nah, bro, you're fighting. You're dealing with the Red Devils.
Listen,
you're dealing with the Red
fact of the
Devils.
matter is, the fact of the matter
Yes.
is, if Pep picks the right team, the right personnel, and gets them up to, reminds them who the fuck they are, right? I'm sorry.
Why did they have to
midfield battle-
remind them, though? Why did they have to remind them?
Because
they
we
should
just
know.
lost to Southampton,
They should
bro.
know, mate. They should know. They should know. They should be able to look at themselves and say, we're the champions. But now they need reminding. What's going on?
Sorry, this is a very similar group of players that before Ten Hag were doing what they're doing. So what's Ten Hag done? He's managed them. So Pep needs to manage
Oh,
the
no,
team.
bro. My team, have gone through psychological warfare. My team have been, you don't want to, the energy and level that my team's been.
Very interesting clip from KG and Daps. I thought that was a great debate. I was actually watching that last night.
Box office.
And yeah, just the back and forth. No soundboard.
Hey,
Just straight debate.
they was killing me.
It was going
week
for
on
it.
Big Six.
I love AGT just sat in the middle there.
And also, on top of that, we had the North London derby
Aye.
on DR with Toby and Tosin, the two twins.
Bro, I know a lot of people. I did a show with Tossin last week, and people were like, "Hey, what's Tobes doing supporting Arsenal?" It's like there's so many people just finding
get it,
out
yeah.
that Tobes has a twin and he's an Arsenal fan. It's one of the best dynamics I've ever seen.
It
And like,
doesn't get any better than that, really.
go and watch it. Yeah, it's just
It's
like,
mad. I want to
it's
see it.
like. Because I've known Tobes
And
so
do you know
much,
what?
it's
They wear the
perplexing
same-
my
they wear the
mind.
same
Like, I'm like,
clothes.
what is this?
They wear the same clothes. They both got the
Bro,
hat on
the same. They walk the
coats.
same.
They
Bro.
wear the same coat. I'm like, you guys aren't even trying to be different.
It is the best. Like that needs to be a permanent shot. I'm sorry, whoever's in production, they need to make that
Oh my
permanent. I
God.
can't-
Sign that up.
That is quality. But check that out
So
as
make
well,
sure you
man.
check that out as well. It's been a crazy week of content here on DR. And of course, after this as well, we have the Saturday football show as per. Me and Fuad will be back on that as well. And of course, you know, we got some big games this weekend, like I
Hey,
said. And
North
also
London.
a little bit of something Spanish. Real Madrid, Barcelona. No one wants to talk about it, but
Final, innit?
yeah.
They both went to penalties in the semis. innit?
Yeah, so there's some big clashes coming. What are the hopes for the second half as a neutral, someone who's not supporting one of the teams today? What do you want from that second half? Because we ain't got no goals yet.
Personally, I want what I predicted pre-game, a score draw. I think second half, City were just starting to liven up a little bit. United have looked dangerous on the counter, which is kind of what they've been their bread and butter in these derby games, to be fair, over the last couple of years. So I'm expecting more of the same. I'm curious to see how they react to kind of Rashford's injury. How bad is it at halftime? Do they bring Garnacho on? Is he going to be kind of a breath of fresh air? But there's definitely room for United to improve. There's room for City to improve. So I'm expecting a better second half than the first, and definitely
Definitely.
1 or 2 goals at least. So a 1-1 draw at the least, I'll take. But yeah, that's
And also, someone was just saying, and very much correctly so, we didn't give Napoli and Juventus their shine as well. Another massive game. This
yes,
that happened
I was going to say
yesterday on
that
the
as you were talking about the big games. I was going
Yeah.
to say it's been big games all week.
Yeah.
And yesterday, of course,
5-1.
It seemed like I think I was saying like pre-show. It seemed like Bundesliga lockdown.
Yeah,
like,
everybody was watching.
Everyone was watching the
did a
Juve
watch-along.
and
I
Napoli
was
game
on it.
yesterday, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Look, you was doing a watch along for it." And I was like, I'm like, bro, it seems like everyone's locked in. 5-1 battering.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Listen, quality game. Osimhen looks a serious player. Kvisha on the left.
Crabadonna.
World
Unbelievable.
boss, bro. All I remember,
100 million price tag.
bro. When we were linked,
Whatever Anthony's going for, we're going
you
for
know,
that.
I'm not sold on comps very often. Like when I see a player on comps, I'm a bit like, nah, I got to see full couple of 90 minutes.
Yeah.
He's one of those few guys I saw on a comp, and I was like,
It's the guy.
there's something here that's moving me, bro. And bro, the connection them two have, it's
insane.
different. And you got to look at Napoli, kind of what their rebuild has been. They lost Koulibaly.
They also lost Insigne.
They lost Koulibaly.
Yeah.
Advantage Napoli, isn't it?
Listen, but no, he's been massive for them. Let's not
No,
for the last couple of years. But bringing in Kim Min-jae, bringing in Kvisha to replace Insigne, Osimhen's taken that next level, and he's just carrying that lineage of great Napoli strikers. Let's be honest, but that rebuild is one of the most underrated rebuilds and probably best rebuilds I think I've seen. To go from
Champions League group
crumblers last year to now top of the Champions League group, battering teams left, right, and centre in the league, looking the clear and cut above.
10 points clear.
Yeah, 10 points
It's crazy.
Playing
it's crazy.
beautiful football.
And you look at Juve on the other end, who have been the kind of almost perennial Italian bosses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally custodians. You was about to say. It's like now they just look like the whole team needs gutting. Allegri needs sacking. The board have already resigned during the World Cup. That went under the radar a little bit. It's like from top to bottom, they look like they're in such a mess. And there's rumors as well behind the scenes that there could be another scandal going on where they could be facing some kind of implications
I don't think they got the money.
again, so.
I don't think they got the money. So some of their players might go Vlahovic. Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take him.
I saw
Replace
Casado
Beckles.
doing right wing back shifts yesterday. I wasn't very pleased.
Who's that?
Casado, was it not Casado? Sorry.
Quadrado?
No, not Quadrado. The Italian, young protege, football manager, Euros.
Who's Casado?
Bail me out.
Who's Casado?
No, not Casado. His name's not Casado.
I like.
Chiesa, that's it. Chiesa. I was all over the place. I needed my boy to bail me out, and he's saying that. I'm looking at it like, wait,
Chiesa? What did he say? Hold on. Because no, I would have never connected those
Do you
dots.
know what it is? Yeah?
I zoned out for a minute and come back and I was like, what is
This
happening?
morning I was doing a transfer video because Chelsea was linked with Casado.
Yeah. Okay.
So then I couldn't I was just all over
Don't
the place.
kill me, man.
And he's been
But
injured
that's
as well.
yeah, right wing
back
backs,
shifts.
nonsense. But
Crazy.
listen, Chelsea might be something to look at. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't love turning wings into right wing backs,
Stop
but
it.
but no, listen.
You might as well
there's-
bring back Willian, isn't he?
Listen, he's
Doing all right.
something on the weekend.
Doing all right. That's what I'm saying. Doing all right.
Big football all round this weekend. Of course, we've got North London Derby tomorrow as well. Listen, second half players just coming out. Are we sticking to our predictions, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you want a bit more in the second half. You know what? I don't want a bit more in the second half. More of the same for this. Keep it boring. Keep it boring.
Don't say
And you might go to nick a little one. Keep it boring. Rashford's out.
They're saying Rashford's off.
No, he's in.
No, he's running back out, lads.
He looks a bit gingerly though. His face though. You don't look too. Is it raining?
Nah.
Is it raining? Of course it is.
It's always raining in Manchester.
It's raining. Has London ever had this much rain, please? Because what is going on?
Outside, yes.
Sorry?
I was
2
London-
months, 2 months
London's
straight.
pissing
It's
down
not
all the
stopped
time.
raining.
Oh, really?
You think this is a lot?
No, trust me. I hear about it up north. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know why you lot
It's in a
choose to even
valley.
live there.
Like Manchester's in a valley, so it's constant rain. Awful.
I need to just build a dome.
Oh, it's sunny now.
You know in The Simpsons when they got that big
Oh,
dome
wait.
on top of the whole city?
Anthony's coming on.
I always thought, yo, that's going to happen in real life.
Sorry,
one
I
day.
just zoned out then, but I don't even.
You remember what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, just build a dome.
Anthony's coming on.
Just build a dome.
But for who?
21.
Truman Show.
Can you do something
Oh,
for me?
Martial's coming off.
Wow.
Listen,
He is, you know
Mr.
what? He's got
Ballon d'Or
such
clause
a
in his
nasty
contract
face,
coming
hasn't
up
he?
at half time. Is he
He's got
injured?
such an evil face. He has.
Who, Anthony?
Yeah.
Man came from the
Do you know what it
Fellas.
is?
Man's been through the wars.
Anthony's just a bad B, man.
A bad bee.
When I saw man doing the off his first, I said, yo, what's going on? Are we in cats here? I said, nah, he's too funny, man. But I get what you're saying. It's the little slits in his
He's got
eyebrows
a-
as well and all sorts. The little neck tattoo.
Yeah, he just looks
He wants to be
fuming.
IG, man. He's so bad, isn't it?
Devilish skills that they hate in the British media. It's just an op.
The Martial one, I hope it's not an injury. He was 50-50 coming in.
Okay.
They wasn't 100% sure whether he was going to start anyway. So I don't know if it's a case of you can only give us 45.
Second half
I just
kicked
hope it's
off.
not another injury. 'cause-
3D says the one day Arsenal is cheering on United, Rashford reverts back to his old ways. City is going to smash them second half. Can't believe he missed an open net.
he didn't have an open net at any point. Sup, you're nice.
When he went round him, if he hit it left foot first time, maybe.
The social media.
Yeah, that was tight. That angle
You know what I'm
was tight.
saying? I mean, like,
Especially for a left foot.
Mbappe was
oozing
curling away.
confidence. Big
Mbappe
Manchester derby.
Mbappe
Yeah, I'm
would've done
saying. What would Mbappe do? Left foot light it.
He would have put it in, man. He would have put it in.
Isn't Mbappe best playing the world right now?
Hey, big facts.
Are you confident for your game against Barcelona, Europa League?
No.
Is that important to you?
Yes. It's important. Europe is going to be hard to win. So at this stage, I'm not even really thinking about, we're in 4 competitions. I ain't thinking about winning even 3 of them. Obviously, forget
Bad kick by the head there.
the Premier League. But we got so many. We're playing 2 games a week.
Yeah.
Every week until, as a bare minimum, until the beginning of March.
Mashallah.
If we get to the League Cup final, that's going to extend further because I think it's Brentford we got on that day.
Yeah.
That gets postponed.
2 legs as well.
If we, the semi-final. If we beat Barcelona, then of course the Europa League fixtures coming. So I'm not saying I want to lose. No, you can't give a foul for that.
Come on.
Anthony's playing. Offside.
Offside.
Anthony's playing through the middle. I thought he would have gone. Maybe just, yeah.
Or
no,
maybe
actually,
just-
no. Akanji, or is that Walker? Whoever's there. Akanji, I think I've
I
been playing
think
him on.
Rashford's just come this way, that's why.
No, look, Anthony's in the middle.
No,
Surely
he's
it'll be
on the right.
Bruno.
Oh,
Rashford's
Rashford there. Oh.
And then you've just got Bruno just floating around in this free roll.
Ain't nobody playing nowhere. They're just
No,
floating.
man. Rashford there.
He's gonna-
Anthony there.
he's gonna
Bruno
float
there.
in, man.
It's a free.
Yeah, it is
Floaters.
actually.
Anthony's
Yeah,
through the
yeah,
middle. I thought Rashford would have gone
Oh, yeah.
to the middle, but then Anthony. you
Anthony's the one that's not on form, so move Anthony. Leave Rashford.
I don't have an issue with that, but I just thought usually when Martial's not there, Rashford goes through the middle. But,
What have you made of Anthony so far? 100 million, of course. Big money.
why
That
are we
is-
dealing in euros? We're here in England. Pounds. 85 million.
Okay,
100 million
85
sounds
million pounds. Same
Of course
price. Same
for
price
you.
you paid for Harry Maguire.
Come on.
And
Come on.
let's finish this attack before I say it.
For it like that, yeah?
Why?
You stuck to 100
Do
million.
you see what I'm saying? Like, I can paint it however they want me to. It ain't pretty either way.
You should have stuck to the 100.
No, but listen, Anthony's got 5 goals.
Why is he doing that?
5 goals in 16 games so far this season. That's a good return. Just on that face, a good return.
It's mad though that 100 million pound players now, and I'm not doing this to dig out.
Right,
Anthony,
City are awake
because Grealish
now,
is not
come
even
on.
starting today, right? It's Grealish on the bench, isn't he? 100 million pound players these days. Sancho in the mountains, they're not even starters. 100 million
Well, listen.
pound players these days. Mudryk is going to sit on the bench behind Martinelli till he acclimatizes. Like, it's insane what's going on in this sport.
But listen,
Lukaku's out on loan.
But I was about to say,
they don't even want him.
of all the 100 million players that's been signed in history, and let's say Euros
Felix
for
went to
argument's
Atletico
sake,
Madrid, didn't work out. It's not working out. for none of them.
Mbappe's worked. Obviously, they won the Champions League,
Yeah.
but he's been successful. Neymar's done well, but he's underwhelmed.
You could say it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Bale was 100 million
Yeah.
euros, and Ronaldo to Juve. Now, Ronaldo didn't get into the Champions League, but he was
Took
top goal
Serie A,
scorer.
yeah,
da, da, da.
yeah.
So we're talking 4 out of all the 100 million.
Yeah.
Lukaku's got 2.
Felix,
Felix,
Dembele,
Coutinho.
Coutinho,
he's a Grealish.
yeah, Grealish,
Anthony.
Sancho.
I don't know if Sancho was 100 million, but near enough.
I'm rounding up.
Bruh.
But all of those players, you're like, 100 million players ain't really banged. They haven't really banged. I don't know what the exchange rate goes for Van Dijk at 75. Obviously, that's a great signing. Maguire, the exchange rate
That was
probably
75
takes
million
it to,
pounds, I think.
Yeah, I know it's 75 million
For a
pounds, but in terms of
70 for a
euros, I'm not
centre-back.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
But
Because you know what it is? It's like, I almost feel like nowadays the reason why you're getting bigger flops is clubs are taking a bigger gamble on the potential. What used to happen before is the big clubs would usually get bumped off by an Ajax or Monaco or whatever, because that player, like a James Rodriguez, has gone to Monaco and Porto and proved himself for 3 or 4 years. He's won the UEFA Cup. And now it's like, all right, you know what? We can bank on him. He's 24 now. Now it's like what the big clubs like Chelsea now have. They've skipped that step. They go to the player's foundational club. They wait for someone like Havertz to have like his breakout year.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know
1
what?
year, boom, get him
We're
out.
going to bet the house on this kid
Yeah.
that he's going to be the next one up type of thing. And sometimes when you invest so heavily on that kind of potential, you don't know what you're getting. That
Yeah,
player
yeah.
still needs development, still needs a
100%,
teething period.
100%.
So many times I feel like people expect a ready-made 27-year-old addition at 21. Like, people forget Sancho's age.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
you're not going to get the
But
ready-made
Anthony
player.
as well. Anthony's 22.
100%. And I feel like there is definitely a lack of patience nowadays as well. And it's partly
Yeah,
because of the
social
price
media
tags,
as well.
but it's also because social media as well. But the clubs have bigger clubs anyway, have taken that, no, we're going straight to the source rather than buying it third hand or
Yeah.
second
I
hand.
I
If
feel
that
like
makes sense.
potential players are now worth more than proven players, which is not.
Yes,
Harry
yes.
Kane is going to be cheaper than Mudryk.
Bro, Mudryk is potential.
Yeah.
You look at Anthony was potential. Darwin Núñez was potential because it was one breakout season. We're not waiting for players to be like proven
on.
and consistent nowadays.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you have a 6-month purple spell
Go
in
on.
the Premier League and you're seen as world class.
Yeah.
Come on.
Enzo Fernandez's value is literally shot up from 10 million to 105 million.
7
Yeah,
games,
yeah, yeah.
13 games for Benfica, and it's like I get we're betting on potential, but sometimes when you buy this potential,
You're
understand the
risking,
patience
yeah.
that's
But-
required,
and this is why-
understand the big risk factor. Guy, bro, Kepa.
Yeah,
Let's not forget 75 million. He had what 2 good years at Bilbao, and it was like, yeah, he could be a decent.
He was worth
Spanish
25 when Real Madrid looked at him in January.
A lot.
70 odd is
And
ridiculous.
that's what you find a lot as well. Darwin Núñez was worth 30 million the year before to Brighton. 6 months later, he was getting quoted, I think, 40 million, 50 million to Arsenal in January. Then he played Liverpool in a Champions League game. Van Dijk gassed him up, and it was like, hey, price
Van Dijk
price
gassed
of
him
the
Add
bread
20
up.
million on top of
He
that.
put that price tag up, Van Dijk. He
Literally.
wasn't thinking when he spoke.
Hey,
That's
be
the most
careful,
difficult
man.
player I've ever played.
But this is why.
Extra 30 mil.
But this is why you take
Well
all that
done.
into consideration. Anthony played 2 years in Europe over in the Dutch league. To get 5 goals in your first 16 to score the win against Arsenal, obviously scored in the Manchester derby didn't really mean anything. But for me, it's a good start because I'm.
what a
Penalty!
chance.
Where's the penalty?
Close as
I want the
that penalty.
penalty.
Is that
I want the
for
penalty.
Manchester United?
Give me the
Referee-
penalty.
Referee's getting cussed out in the
Varchester.
comments.
Give me the penalty. Check that.
Wow.
I need it.
Vamos. Oh, he might be offside there, to be fair. Yeah, they're
no,
all offside.
Walker-
They're all
Walker-
offside. Rashford's off.
Off.
No, but it's this one. It's Casemiro going down. It's Casemiro going down.
I
but it
don't
doesn't
know.
matter.
That's
I
what I'm trying to
don't
work.
know.
Let's see,
I
let's
don't
see.
know.
No,
That's
no,
not
no,
enough.
no,
That's not enough.
He would have to have pulled
He
his
thought this
shirt.
was La Liga, bruv.
Let's focus on the offside.
Yeah, very much offside. But yeah, so that's why Anthony, 22 years old, 5 goals so far this season. The goal against Arsenal in his debut.
How old?
22.
I can't like he's
22?
Anthony.
22?
Yeah.
Wow.
What
It's
you
a
think
hard
is that?
life.
You come from the favelas. Of course he had a hard life. Listen, he's happy to be here. He's happy.
I didn't know that, but I got it right.
Ooh, okay, KDB.
We're gonna get that ball. Yeah, we are.
I
There
knew
is.
it.
There it is.
Oh,
Varane.
Before we, bro,
Did Foden? Who was that? Was that
it, was,
Foden?
it wasn't Haaland.
Bernardo.
Get up.
Bro, I'm
Bernardo-
telling
hey,
you, we're gonna get that KDB
We
ball.
need to have a
Where was
discussion on
Haaland?
Bernardo, man.
Where was Haaland? Why was Haaland not on the end of that? Why was
No,
it
but
Foden?
why did Bernardo try to head that back across goal? He should be heading that in.
I think there was a bit too
Bernardo,
much
he ain't
loop in
header,
it. He had
Bro,
to get power.
there is no excuses, man.
Play
I'm
on.
sorry.
Play on.
too small,
What's going on?
There was nobody there, bro. He jumped. He won the ball. If you're there, put it in the net.
Right, he's never headed a ball in his life, bro.
I can't lie to you. We need to have some uncomfortable conversations about Bernardo, though.
Nah, we don't, man.
No.
You think so? I
nice
think
guy.
he's
Not
sick.
today.
See, I'm always made to look like the bad guy here. But
Second
alright,
time
man.
What kind of
Varane's-
conversation you want to have? He
I'm
wants
just
to leave.
saying.
He wants to leave.
Second time
listen,
Varane's made that
to be
comeback.
fair,
Bernardo in the summer was linked with Barcelona. Yeah,
He's a baller.
he wanted to go. He wasn't. He didn't go. Obviously, he said, "You know what? I've recommitted or whatever." Boom.
Yeah.
Has Bernardo this season for you lot been at the same levels he has been for the last 2 or 3
No,
years?
he hasn't.
No, but he has not been consistently starting though.
But that's on him, innit? Why he needs to do better to consistently start.
You know the
To
Pep
be fair,
drill.
Pep's Pep
Pep
roulette, innit?
does that.
roulette.
Pep roulette.
Yeah,
Pep does this, and Bernardo has been one of the main benefactors
Yeah.
of that. Let's
Yeah,
be
yeah,
honest.
it's true.
Hey, Sana, you ain't gonna get 6 months here. Hey, Sterling, we're dropping you out. Who was the one guy that always stepped in? Bernardo. So now it's like you're getting a little bit of that treatment. Why? Because your form hasn't been the same.
Jeez.
Then I look at when he went to the World Cup. In my eyes, I thought he was a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
People were saying
Yeah.
he played
Yeah, he
bit of a
was.
different role. I'm like, bruv, he played in the midfield 3 where he plays it for his club. In fact, that's where people tell me his best role is.
Well, he can
So
play.
I'm
He
like,
can play through the middle or out wide on the
yeah,
right.
and that's the benefits of it. But all I want to ask is, do you not think he's, I don't know,
His levels
whether
dropped
his
this
head's
year.
not in it, whether his
Well,
levels have dropped
but
a bit.
remember, he was supposed to be going Barca. He
Yeah,
wanted to go Barca,
yeah.
and I can't remember what happened. Why didn't
And
he
it's
go?
been
Is it
two-
because
it's been
maybe
2 seasons by the way?
They
he's
couldn't
wanted to
afford
go.
it, to be
Oh,
fair.
yeah.
They-
So that's probably the
Seasons.
biggest
So
thing.
he's been professional and he's stuck around. Obviously,
Yeah.
2 seasons he's wanted to leave. At some point, his head's gonna be gone. Pep's tried to cling on to him. Pep doesn't cling on to no one. When Fernando Torres knocked on his door, he said, "Vamos." He
couldn't wait to get rid of him.
He was gone the next day. Whereas Bernardo, who's always wanted to keep him because he knows tactically he can have him in the build-up in the first phase in that
And I
double
think-
pivot. He can have him in the final third on the wing. He can have him in the 10. He can have him all over. Bernardo is like one of the most versatile players in the league. So for me,
City starting
And I
to
think
test.
he's always had that spot for him as well, where I remember like in his first season, in Bernardo's first season, oh my God, Cancelo, not make it. Oh, no.
He's gonna just drop it like that.
Cancelo's a winger, you know.
Yeah,
Bro, he is.
definitely.
That's why they gave him the number 7.
Yeah, man.
They said, we can't give you a defender's number. Well, what kind of lies is this?
You can't defend. You're a winger. You're a winger, bro.
City's starting to tick. They're starting to tick.
Genuinely think you could put Cancelo at the wing position and then you wouldn't bat an eyelid. He's actually got more flair and skill than some wingers.
Where's the midfield?
Oh, here we go.
It's coming
Mahrez.
No slide.
Oh.
Not there again. Behind everyone.
What have you made of Bernardo Kennedy?
Listen, I think he's been a vital part of the team for years. He's. But why are you wincing again?
No, he went through Casemiro's leg.
The way he just rolled Casemiro. He's a winger.
I can't lie to you. I think that might be a penny, though.
Penalty for us.
I think that might be a penny. He actually got his leg caught between the two.
You mean he put his leg between Casemiro?
The game is the game.
The game is the game.
Grealish on for
Oi! What's going on here? Foden for Grealish.
That's
headband, man.
That's a good sign. That's a good it's a good sub
Jackie.
now.
Come on.
Because City's coming forward more, and I think Grealish kind of just they're getting
What,
more
he
the
can
ball.
do the shimmy, pass
Yeah.
inside, shimmy,
Shimmy,
pass
shimmy,
inside,
yeah.
shimmy, pass inside for 7 times in a row.
Yeah, and then maybe and then he would say Haaland's in there somewhere. That's what he said against.
He won't.
I thought that went out.
One.
I thought that went out.
21. Can you do something for me? Come on, Anthony.
EFC says Foden little to no impact from the wing again.
He's been poor since the World Cup came back.
I'm truly think.
Since
I
after World Cup,
mean,
should I
I
say.
don't want to sound.
He's been moved into the Freeman.
I don't like him in the wing. And I know sometimes people say that's where some of his best games have been. I've said Foden is the most natural 10 I've seen in a long time. Like an actual 4-2-3-1 10 behind
Go on,
the
well done.
striker. But the problem is Pep refuses to play
He's
that
got too many
role.
players in there.
Yeah.
I think when Gundogan leaves, Bernardo,
yellow.
then there'll be
It's a
some
yellow.
space opening up there. For
In those central areas. But even then, in the central area, sometimes I feel like he drifts in and out of games. But he's more quality there. I think.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I think the 10 is just where he's not
Long-term.
demanded to do that kind of physical work, tracking back and mixing it up with the centre mids. He's allowed
Varane
more of that
again,
creativity. Out wide, I just feel like, I don't know. If
Well, he's not
if
a winger,
City
but,
are
but,
not
but I think it's City's wingers aren't always
traditional,
wingers.
They're more
So
like
that's what-
inverted
At any other
playmakers.
team, he's playing in the midfield.
Yeah.
Under any other manager, he's playing in the midfield.
Yeah.
But it's purely Pep.
But the thing is,
purely
it's-
Pep.
Foden was getting like 15 and 15 last year from these positions.
No, because
That's
he's a
not
good.
good.
Well, for what
He's
position are you talking? Out wide.
Out wide.
Yeah, because he's a brilliant player.
Brilliant player.
He's a brilliant player. He hasn't been great.
What do you think has happened to him? Why has he kind of gone off the boil, do you reckon, then?
I don't think it's much to read into personally. He's a young player.
It just goes through these
He's
peaks
a
and
young,
troughs.
players in general go through those peaks and troughs, but as a young player, you kind of expect him more. His level's been so high and he's played so much games that we look at him as a experienced world-class player, but he's still young and he's not in his
shimmy,
peak.
shimmy, pass inside. What did I tell you, boy?
He's
Same move
Spun
every
him.
time,
bro. Is that Cancelo again?
He's so far from his peak, Foden, that I don't think it's anything to worry about.
Cancelo is such a winner.
Hey, City's line is ridiculously high, man.
That's why they put Kanji and Ake, because they got that pace, both of them.
I would just maybe say.
What's going on? Free. That's why you come with just win bare free kicks, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
I feel like we might need a goal now. I think City's kind of.
You guys ain't on the ascendancy for no goal.
That's not what I said. I said we need a goal.
You better not concede.
No, but I think we're gonna concede. The way that City's kind of pressing now, I feel a goal's coming. So I'm saying we need one. No, stop it.
Hey, I can't lie to you. Them
man
man
are-
of City are diving, you
They're
know.
throwing themselves in front.
What's
and
going on?
They're desperate.
Is the game the game,
They're
Kennedy?
desperate.
The game.
Yeah,
Say it.
come
Go on.
on.
The Manchester Derby, you have to be nice. You have to be nice. Oh!
KDB, can you do something? Hey, Jack! That's what he needed.
He needed that.
That has what needed that. Facts.
I'm happy for him.
Ruffle that
happy
bloody
for him.
bonnet as well, man.
I'm happy for him.
Yes.
He needed that. Because he
How
gets...
great? How long was
Listen,
that for? Like 2 minutes?
Bernardo, when you get in them positions back post, just head it. How many headed goals have you seen Grealish score? Bernardo was in that
Bro,
same
he's
position.
emotional. He knows.
No, he knows. Bro, Manchester Derby, 18 months into a
happy for
100
him.
million move. This guy has not given anything. This is the first significant moment. Well
I
done.
wouldn't say that.
I mean, I'm happy.
Come on. The first significant moment.
Do you know what? Do you know why I like that even more? I'll be real with you. He stole that from Haaland. Haaland's gonna eat that. He said, "Hold this." Fairs. KDB though. Casemiro.
Oh, stop it.
Hey.
Oh, stop it.
Get moved to. Stop it. You said World Cup flop doing your big man like that, yeah?
Listen, I'll tell you that guy's performance in the World Cup. I don't care. Where's the Champions League?
Hey.
Where's the Champions League?
I wonder if Robbie thinks KDB is world class now, huh?
Oh, that was poor from Robbie.
Hey.
That was
Hey.
poor. That
Hey.
was so
That
poor.
was poor. That was poor. That was poor.
Listen,
I tried to shut it down. I tried. It was poor.
Now you look really shy. But what I think Robbie was just trying to ask the question.
No.
But the problem is, you know, when you play them kind of devil's advocate questions,
Yeah.
you're now
You become the
that guy.
devil. You become the devil.
You're now the devil.
You're now the devil.
You're the devil. You can't be asking them questions there. I said, Robbie, don't ask that question. That's not a question. We can't do that. The integrity of DR Sports is too important.
Hey,
Let's not do
listen,
this.
Grealish is going to live off that goal for
Silas's
months.
hat is falling down, fam. Pick it out, bro.
Hey,
Doesn't
do you
wanna
know
see
what?
it.
Can I say, yeah, every time I've seen Fergie in the stands at a United game, it's never been a good game.
No.
Because they only show him. They only show him when we're losing because I want to see his face. He's there
Nah,
every night.
man.
He's there every night.
I feel like they try to invite him to certain games.
He's there all the time.
He's not there for those little games. He's coming for the big matches. Come on, man.
That goal was coming. I mean, yeah. The way they were just
on.
pressing in that second half, they were getting
they
more
got an
possession,
absolute-
more.
They got told off, innit?
I'm not gonna lie, I do rate this whole Fergie coming to Man United games all the time thing. Like, you don't see that with Fulham.
No, because you know what?
Like, he genuinely
you know what I
loves
feel?
the crap out of that club. You can tell. Even Wenger, you ain't seen him at the Emirates.
That was his first time at the Emirates.
He's
the
too
other day,
busy on the
since he
FIFA
got-
panel.
Do you know what I feel
It's crazy.
about that though? Yeah, I know that he's an important manager in their history and so on. Yeah, it's never
Haaland.
gonna
Oh
it's
my
never gonna move on. But I sometimes feel like it's like this thing
Godfather
where
overshadowing.
Shadow.
no one will allow another manager to like.
No. I think
feel
Ten
like
Hag's
it's like-
definitely done that now.
Like why?
Intrusive.
It's intrusive, and it's like you're never gonna replace me. It's never gonna be that, and it's like, but
Nah.
that's not what it's about. And I sometimes feel like even the fans and that, it's like, let it go, man. Let's move on. Let's respect the next person. Let's.
No, I think
I
think they're doing that with Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag
100%.
is he's the first person that.
But if only just now.
Yeah, it's taken this long, but I think he's the first manager that's come in.
And been like,
that they're
listen
like,
now.
yo,
Yeah.
listen.
The thing is, no, listen, but we listen.
They tried
When Jose-
with Jose. I was gonna say with Jose. They said
we wanted
you got
Jose.
free reign.
We wanted Jose before, like when he went back to Chelsea. We wanted him then.
Sir Alex was a big fan. Yeah.
But no, I think
No.
Bobby Charlton didn't want him.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure if Fergie.
It was.
Fergie
I
definitely
don't
wanted
think
him.
Fergie
But I know
wanted him.
definitely
as well.
Bobby Charlton didn't want him.
Fergie liked him as a manager, but I don't think Fergie wanted him
at
for
Manchester
United.
yeah.
But
But,
he was like, this motherfucker might
Pick
surpass
David
me.
Moyes.
but a lot of Man United fans wanted Joe. And when we got Joe, listen, I was at Wembley for the cup final against Palace 2016, which is LVG's last game. We won it, and as people are coming out of Wembley way, we're charting for Jose Mourinho because we got the news that Jose is coming in.
Yeah.
We just won the FA Cup under Van Gaal, and we're charting. So Jose was.
Hey, yo.
We wanted him. It didn't work out, innit? It didn't work
Why
out.
am I
Respect for
seeing Christian Eriksen bolding, bruv? How Christian Eriksen been in Man United for 6 months and he's already bolding?
No, I'm stressed.
God damn.
The defense,
It ain't easy,
the
you know.
defense is needing him, and he thought he was coming to do a little part-time job. Thought he was gonna be a bit part player. They
Bruv,
said, listen, you're starting.
They said,
every
listen,
game.
we know you got a
Every
pacemaker
game.
on.
Yeah.
But we need you to run the midfield engine out there.
Nice.
Huh?
Man's playing Brentford minutes. It's
I'm like,
insane.
yeah,
He's
it
at
shouldn't be.
every game. You need to get another midfielder. I can't lie.
100%. We
Man,
obviously, he wanted De Jong, but obviously
Van der Beek's out for the rest of the season as well.
Yeah, it's all of them. I mean, yeah. Listen, we need bodies. We
Mahrez,
need
man.
options. Go on.
Oh,
Kanji. Is that Kanji?
Yeah.
Kanji.
I can't lie to you. Akanji has been very good today. Very, very good.
What was that? Cancelo, man, stop it. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Anthony, come on, give me a spin here. Just one.
Little pirouette.
That was nice to be fair, but
Damn. Watch and learn.
right.
Yo, I don't like that. Balls across the face of goal. I hate that.
That's because your team can't do that.
Yeah, I know. No, rule number one of defending, man. You don't play the ball across the face of your goal. just in case you missed kick, I don't know if you was watching the Napoli Juve game, that Rahmani first half, he did some nonsense like that, and I was like, bruv. Second half, he scored a screamer though. I was like, hey, made up for it.
Di Maria was carrying that team.
Hey.
My God.
Legend.
The responsibility on Di Maria.
All time. Hey, Casemiro getting casseroles. Woo! So
Fresh. Bake. What are you thinking?
I like Casemiro.
I mean, the only thing he could done was give away penalty.
What's the plan now? What's the plan of action?
Sub
You can't lose any of these
Sub
games.
Rashford.
No.
Rest him.
Well, the thing is,
Rest him.
I'm trying to watch him. Is he even 100%?
Yeah.
Garnacho's gonna have to come on at some point. I'll probably take off Eriksen for Garnacho, bring Bruno into the midfield, and put because
believe in your team.
Garnacho is going to run at them.
the
Wherever
one.
he's always going to run at his fullback. So I would take off Eriksen, especially Eriksen now's on a booking. He's not defensively sound like that, so I would take off Eriksen and bring on Garnacho.
What do you have on bench, actually? Let's have a look at your bench.
McTominay, Maguire,
McTominay, Maguire, Garnacho, Elanga.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so you've got Martinez.
Weghorst
Come
in
on!
the stands.
No, release the ball.
You saying a little bit of mining?
Come on, pass the ball.
Yo, who's that? That's
Wan-Bissaka.
Was that He used to be a winger.
Excuse me?
He used to be a winger. He used to be a winger.
Excuse me?
Back in the young days at Palace.
I ain't ever seen you act like this before.
I was not familiar with your game. Here's Fred. Man United trying to cook up something. Wan-Bissaka.
Hey, get excited, man.
Hey, Wan-Bissaka wants his England place back.
Man doing a little skill. All right, I'm ready
Wan-Bissaka
now.
wants his England spot. He's seen all the injuries and he's like, yo. He saw Trippier and Walker aging. He saw Reece James' injury. He said, listen, I might have a chance here.
Back row G.
Tell
You can always
Congo
do
to hold.
music, kinda.
I mean, we don't usually score from.
Do you know what it is? It's the beard that has made him look more like back row
Look,
G.
have you
When he
seen
had
the
no
faces
beard.
next to each other?
No, I can see it. Now that you said it,
Bro,
I'm like, I can't unsee
I
it. It's
know
annoying.
They are like literally the same. Even back row G reposted it like, oh, okay.
I mean, that's just
Haaland.
shocking. That's just shocking. All right, what a waste of a corner.
I can't lie to you. That's one of my secret favorite
Keep
traits
that in,
on a
keep that in,
striker.
keep
You
that
know,
in.
the ability to defend the near post.
Shorty says, Foden off for a few minutes and look what happens. Yes, I'm a hater. Big up everyone on the panel.
Yes, I'm a hater.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Yeah, but you know what? I like the directness of that, and I like the honesty. So fair enough.
That's mad though. Still, Foden deserves a lot more respect. Crazy. Obviously, he's got that Saka. Yeah, he's got the Saka hole versus
Daps
Foden
and
thing.
Alright, so
Dap says,
Bruno's gone
this
into the
is
10.
the second half performance so far. This is Manchester City that hunt Arsenal down like the prey they are. No inverting fullbacks. No inverting fullbacks. Well, Cancelo's basically an inverted fullback in this game, but
Come on.
said the hunt is on
Eriksen.
for the prey that is Arsenal. Eh?
I don't mind City inverting one fullback. I just think when they invert both, it's a bit nuts. Like Cancelo and Rico Lewis, and then you play for Grealish cutting inside
wingers as
and
well.
Mahrez, bro. Everybody's inverted. I'm like, yo, can we have some width,
It just
please?
becomes a massive rondo session.
Yeah.
In the park. It's like, come on, lads.
Literally. Could we get some width, please? So
Oh, that was risky, you know. Go on.
Oh,
De Bruyne.
Casemiro.
come on.
Oh, you're getting in each other's way now.
KDB's
Figure it
getting the
out.
better of him this
Figure it
half.
out. Figure it out, boys.
Look at KDB.
Figure it
there.
out, Jackie G. I want a brace, mate. I want a brace.
Oi.
He was emotional.
Casemiro needs to keep an eye on De Bruyne. He keeps letting him slip, I swear to you.
Garnacho.
Garnacho time!
Come on.
Superstar.
Alejandro.
Watch out. Keep an eye for this kid.
I'm not going to get involved in this.
No, it's not me. I'm just mimicking what Man United fans have told me.
Too nervous.
They were,
I'm just going to stay over
they
here.
were like, yo.
Oh, what's going on?
What?
That's a foul. That's a foul.
I'm looking for that sneaky second for Man City, the killer. I want it. End this tie. End this game.
I see it. I want it. No, I don't know the words.
You picked up your energy, JF.
Eight for an aggregate. Give up.
You picked up your energy.
JFK.
JF. Canada.
KDB has been quiet.
Anyone call you that, JF?
Well, KDB just has to do the big final ball for the assist, and that's it. That's what he did, isn't it? So
Jamie.
I really want a bro,
It was a
guys.
shot.
technique, bro.
It was a shot.
Hey,
Anyone else want a bro? Fancy a hot drink, me?
Do you? I don't mind that.
Cappuccino would be nice.
Oh, cappuccino. Bloody hell. I'm not going to go.
Come on, boys, man. 20 minutes.
Starbucks, shall we?
Oh, go on, get on, deliver it.
Can I
You
Love.
know Man United need this humbling, right?
But it's not, you're humbling.
No,
See,
not you, but you know Man United need this humbling in general.
it's not humbling.
Expand.
No, but it's not
What do you mean?
humbling.
What do you mean by that?
Listen.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. One game at a time.
Listen,
One
Linda.
game at a time.
That's what they keep telling me.
That's what they keep telling me. So
That's
make
what
sure
they
you
keep telling
make sure this is one game at a time.
1-0 at a time.
The performance, I ain't been mad at the performance at all.
What's the new Rashford celebration as well?
Unagi. Anyone seen Friends?
No.
You don't know what you watch Friends?
Friends. I don't like Friends.
Oh, it's
Is
one
that
of
there
them.
is no way it's from that?
No, it's
You're
not.
trolling.
But that's
I'm not.
Ain't no
They
way
say in the chat
Rashford
you're
is at
trolling.
home
that's
watching
what
Friends.
Ross. That's what Ross
like,
was
you-
trying to
you don't
tell
like
Phoebe
Messi?
and Rachel.
You don't like anything that everybody likes.
Intro, but it's all about mental, isn't it? You're just saying it's all about the mental. Unagi. Anyone who knows?
Unagi.
Salmon skin roll.
What's that from?
Friends.
No, it's not. Who does it? Joey.
Ross is teaching. Rachel and Phoebe are.
And that's what Rashford does. He didn't strike me
No,
as
he
a friends
doesn't
fan.
do it. I don't, He puts his hand there, but I don't know what he's doing.
Oh,
He just
fine.
wants, he just wants a
saying.
signature celebration like Mbappe, man.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, yo,
Everybody knows what he's
everybody
doing, man.
when they get a certain little bit of
Yeah.
clout,
So-
it's like, I gotta have my own
have a
signature.
signature. Bailey-
Do you know what it used to be back in the day? The free kicks. Everyone used to have a certain way
Yeah.
they stand. Like, I need to get my own stance on Pro Evo.
since Ronaldo did the
Ronaldo
the
had
whole-
his thing. They all had his thing. Ronaldinho had the side one.
Yeah,
He used to- You know what I mean?
Obviously, the Beckham style.
You had the little Perlo technique one. It was like, hey.
Everybody wants
Now
their
it's
stance.
celebrations. It's like, but what I will say is I do like it, to be fair, because I
This
felt
one
like
could be better.
No, it's one thing. It's one.
It's,
hand.
nah, do you know, it's one
mental,
finger.
mental.
But I feel like over the last maybe 10 years or so, celebrations got lost a little bit. And over the last
Scotty's
couple
the
of years,
reason
it's
for that.
come back.
Blame Harry Kane.
Harry Kane just
What was he doing?
keeping his
How you
health.
gonna score that many goals and your only celebration is to jump up in there and just a little
He's
bit?
keeping it like Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer used to do the one hand. remember?
Hold on. Just because you've got seasons where you're finishing with Jorginho as your top goal scorer, your players aren't scoring.
Yeah,
So they
exactly.
can't celebrate. Guys like Tammy,
That's why we're not to
Giroud,
blame.
So listen,
So Harry
your
Kane-
guys should just learn to score.
Yeah, but Harry Kane should
Shearer
learn to
was,
celebrate.
Shearer was out here doing the classical.
Yeah, but that was in the
still
olden-
score.
that was
But
in
you
the
still
old
had
days.
Henry doing his team. You still had all the other man doing their
Yeah,
thing.
it's the old
Don't
days.
try to blame
Don't blame
Kane for
Shearer.
nothing.
Don't blame
Ah,
Shearer.
Get out of here, man.
TikTok is available now. This is a new era, a new dawn, a new day. Harry Kane
Hey,
guy acting
listen.
like he plays in the 90s. Come on, man, fix
Listen.
up Harry, man. Come on, man.
Does Mbappe do it? He does this sometimes now.
Bro, he does
Mbappe.
so many
He does
things,
this-
bro.
But obviously, this is his iconic.
What was the
That's-
Lingard one? Do you remember where?
Nah, Lingard needs to
No,
stop.
that was Dele Alli. That
Oh,
stupid
Dele- what was
fucking
it?
eye thing, whatever it was.
Was it?
Son's got his
I used to be able to do
Son's
it.
got his little
Megapixels.
Megapixels.
Shut up, man.
Something like that.
Like, no, I can't. Don't get
It's that,
twisted.
it's
I think
that.
there's some celebrations I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's
stop.
kinda- it's kinda
Go back to the
lame.
drawing board.
I think I can't lie. to
Dan
you.
Burn had a good knee slide.
Hey,
He'd been practicing that.
The knee
That
slide
was
Dan Burn's knee slide.
Stop.
Do you know
Some
what
people
it
do
was
knee slide and
like?
start trip over. And
Yeah.
This one
He
went.
was gliding. You know
know
that
what I
meme
said?
where they just glide for like they just keep
Yeah,
going
yeah,
by
keep
2
going.
minutes on the whole pitch.
Bro, do you know
I
what
said
knee
he'd been
slides are? Knee
practicing.
slides are like the genes of goal celebrations. They are timeless. They
Yeah,
never,
yeah.
They will- in some capacity, they will always be
A good knee slide always works.
It never
I
fails.
love this. A
Fernando
good knee
Torres
slide.
used to be Torres used to have love.
Rashford's got a bad knee slide. He always his knee will get caught in the ground. and he-
Drogba, some lovely-
Drogba and
Drogba.
Thierry.
Drogba was
top
like when he
two
did
knee
that.
sliders
When he
all
did
time.
that before the knee slide,
Hey.
that was the one.
Top two knee sliders all time. Those two.
Top 2 knee
Do you
slides.
remember the boxer Bernard Hopkins?
Yeah.
And he, because he called himself the executioner, he used to get in each corner of the ring and go like this.
Garnacho here on the left. Who?
Well,
Bernard
before the
Hopkins, the boxer.
what's that? Before the
When
fight.
he used to call himself the executioner, and when it, before and after, he'd
Yo,
go in the corners and be like,
Yeah, with fighting sports, it was always a little bit more of that though.
but his little mask and everything. I felt like he was one of the most entertaining.
United need something in this half. Oh my god.
You, oh my god.
We need a veg horse. Get them
No,
in there.
I have not seen nothing.
Do you know
from
what?
them.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
I can see why people are getting at KDB in the chat. He's starting to get on my nerves.
Listen, as I said, when City are at their best, and I don't even think they've been at their best in the second half, but they've been much better.
No.
They're hard. It's hard to deal with. There's only so much you can do when City are at
This
their best.
game is KDB. Please, will you fix up? What is going
Referee,
on?
man?
Why is he playing the game just so? It's just all over. It's so chaotic.
Okay, man.
Be a baller.
Maybe he touched him.
What's your favorite
Calm it down.
celebration of recent times? Would you say?
it's the Mbappe. I thought when I saw Mbappe celebration, and I love Mbappe as a player. Listen, I was in Nice in 2018 on the day of the World Cup final. Listen, you know how much pictures I got? Just on the beach like that.
Yeah.
Listen,
I think for me, that's the thing that's to come. Now, whenever I do fold my arms, I do tend to go, and I'm like,
Mbappe is just, he's on the streets, man.
also when he was like,
that
was a nice meme.
I'm a big man to Mbappe, but he's like, man's my idol. I want to be like you when I grow up.
He's like, hey, I know you're little bro, but you're big bro, you know?
I want to be like Mbappe when I grow up, man.
No, do you know, I'll be honest with you, do you know what's been my absolute favourite one? It's...
Oh, yeah.
I can't lie to you. The second Ronaldo did that, I said, that shit cold. I said, that shit cold. Do you know, it's a simplicity and it says a lot. I ain't trying to hear no noise.
Yeah.
I'm comfy.
It's cold.
I said, yeah. And then do you know what the best recreation of that was? The Champions League kid. There was a Champions League. I can't remember what team it was. It might have been Napoli or somewhere.
I think
one of the little mascots just right at the end. Everyone's just doing all the hi mom. Oh my god, is that a penalty?
Is KDB 33? Penalty?
No.
Is KDB 33?
No.
31, 30.
He ain't
I don't think it's
32.
He ain't 33, man.
No.
What
If
you
he's that
giving
old,
the
he
free
needs to
kick
come
for?
off, man.
Nah, but I do think sometimes people do go crazy with expecting too much from KDB.
Ronaldo's 50, chill out.
Respect Ronaldo. You don't wish you had a player as great as him. Ever.
Akanji again. Hey, listen, what have I been saying?
You like him?
Who,
Ronaldo.
Akanji? Oh.
Ronaldo.
You still like him even after he's done your dirty?
Yeah, I mean, everyone does. Roy Keane, Beckham, Van Nistelrooy. Everyone done us dirty. Because everyone wants to be the main guy at Man United. And when you're no longer the main guy, what are you talking about? Roy Keane went on MUTV and slagged off the whole team. Youth, men, women, children, everyone. Fergie had to pull the interview. Said that can't run. And man shipped him off to Celtic.
I just heard a lot of United fans just disowning him now.
That's fine. I lived through peak Ronaldo. Well, let's say peak Ronaldo, but Ballon d'Or Ronaldo. 3 Premier Leagues in a row, Champions League, 42 goals in the season. So a 6 month where he was wrong. That's not going to turn it against him.
I like that.
It's not going to turn it
Good
against
for you. Don't hold no grudges.
Listen, the guy, he needed to go. He's gone now, so I respect the guy's the second greatest player of his generation.
Fair enough.
Because somehow Messi wormed his way to a World Cup. No, it's not even a real World Cup for me. No, listen, when a man drops a free piece on your head in the final, I don't think you actually deserve the trophy.
Nah, stop it.
You can't. You drop a free piece, that's Mbappe's World Cup.
Is it Messi in goal?
Listen, he should have been.
Is he the
Should
goalkeeper?
have been there.
He's the goalkeeper.
You can't let a man drop a free piece in the final.
Listen.
And then leave it! You're offside! Yes! But he's gonna say interfering play. He's gonna say interfering play.
Offside.
Bruno.
Offside.
See.
Listen, offside. Yeah, you better argue with your own player, bro. Argue with your own player. Move from the ref. Move from the ref.
Rashford did not touch the ball.
No.
And as long as he didn't run over the ball.
He's interfering with play.
As long as he didn't run over the ball.
Interfering with play.
As long as he didn't run over the ball.
Get your ass. Move aside. Move along. Interfering with play. Watch.
Rashford's offside.
Look.
Yeah, he's offside.
Look.
It went past him. He didn't block anyone.
You're
He didn't go over the ball. He didn't stop the defenders. He didn't stop it. He didn't do anything. That's a goal. That's a goal. That's a goal.
That should be
That's
given.
a goal.
That should be given.
Rashford didn't block it at Kanji. He didn't step over the ball. He didn't fake shot. He didn't.
Absolutely.
That's a goal.
I agree.
That's a goal.
I agree with
To
that.
be fair, he did step away from it.
That is a goal.
With that. Dude, could you say though maybe
Your
he was
intentions were not
shielding
pure.
the other player?
But Kanji was nowhere near him.
Your intentions.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
There we go.
Bruno!
Who is screaming downstairs?
Me! It's my
United
echo.
lot.
Huh?
United lot.
Come on!
What is downstairs?
Don't worry.
Oh,
Don't worry.
amazing.
Come on! Who played that ball? Because that was a good ball. I was begging Rashford left there. Bruno must have said, leave the ball, yeah.
That wasn't Wan-Bissaka, I don't think.
I don't think
But
so.
it came from the right side. I saw
Might
that.
have
Yeah,
been
it might have been
Casemiro.
Casemiro. Yeah.
Okay.
What were you saying?
What did I say? You shit.
No.
I said he should have picked up KDB a couple of times. There was nothing I said wrong there. Were you sticking
Guys,
your
it's
ear
silence.
out?
It's silence.
Were you sticking your ear out? I'm like, hey! Hold on, was it Casemiro actually? Let's just double check.
You said,
Well, you should be
Casemiro.
I said,
I'm saying Casemiro.
Hey, Bruno, my guy, get in.
Come on.
I like Bruno, man.
10 minutes.
Hey man, I'm conflicted, man.
What do you mean you're conflicted? Do you know what this means?
No, I don't mind.
It means Spurs.
Are you gonna handle your business tomorrow?
We better.
Overly
You're right.
celebrating, I can't lie.
Overly celebrating a goal in a derby. No, she's right. She's right. No, she's right. That's why the North London derby's bigger.
That was so jokes. Every single one of you was.
10's Reds. 10 minutes to go. Let's go.
Man,
Game on.
stop the foolishness.
Oi, oi.
Not one of my FPL
What a time
players
to
has
score,
banged
man.
today.
What a time to
Not
score.
one of my FPL players has banged today.
Don't worry, it's next time.
Yeah. A double game week.
That's what I'm saying. Rashford's interfering with the play.
No, he ain't. He's running.
involved. His intentions are not pure.
He was just running. He never stuck his foot
was just
out.
running.
Literally.
He didn't.
Literally.
He didn't. Obstructing who?
Rashford.
What, the oxygen
You know that
he
sport
just
when
shoot-
you know that sport when they move. When they
yeah, the
That's what I'm
curling.
saying,
That is.
wiping the floor thing. He's moving the puck.
You say assist.
You're not touching it, but you're involved.
The ghost assist.
It's changing
yo.
the spin of the ball.
Listen,
Hey, yo.
Kyle Walker.
What we got here?
Varane. Oh, that Casemiro. No, that's Casemiro.
Okay, Varane.
Got Arsenal fans in the chat
Oh,
moving
Casemiro
mad.
again.
All right. Oh, come on. Release
One more?
Garnacho. What's that?
You ain't got my right foot. That's what that is.
Oh, come on, Garnacho.
Garnacho.
Come on, what you got?
Garnacho.
Garnacho, this is one of
Send
those
it,
moments.
Garnacho. Oh wow. Bum.
Garnacho, can you make yourself a hero?
Come on!
Yes, he can.
He might be offside. My God.
Oh my God. Oh.
Offside.
Please be onside. Please
Offside.
be onside.
Offside.
Yo.
Please be onside.
Offside.
Yo.
Offside.
Please be onside.
Offside.
Please be onside.
He's off.
Please
he's
be.
Way, he's way offside.
I'm begging.
Bro, I don't think so.
I'm hoping he's.
I
I'm
think
hoping
he was
behind
in
the ball.
line.
With the ball.
He
I
is.
think
I'm
Garnacho
hoping.
went round the defender and squared that line.
So I hope so.
He is way offside.
I
I
hope
was
he's
just saying, Garnacho, can you do
Can you
something
do
for me?
something? Come on.
That's the kind of player
Please
he
be
could be.
onside.
Moments. Hey, listen, a turnaround like this in the last 10 minutes.
Please be onside.
Way offside.
Hey,
He's way offside.
hey.
Way offside.
Matisse is willing it into existence.
Listen,
He's offside.
Come on.
He has to be
I don't
offside.
think so, bruv. Hey, that
So he's
first
definitely
ball,
on.
hey,
He's
no,
definitely
he's
on.
off.
You're gonna do
No,
this.
he's definitely on.
Garnacho might be off
No,
there.
Garnacho's definitely on.
Garnacho might be off there.
Garnacho's definitely
But
on.
this skill here, I like this.
Let's see. Come on, Rashford.
Kanji again,
Get
good
back,
bit of
Rashford.
defending.
Get back. Yeah, he's on.
He's on. I
onside.
told you.
Rashford's
I
on.
know a square ball when I
Rashford's
see
on.
one. It's just that first offside. I wonder if Garnacho's off.
Neeks, if you're
I
gonna
think
do
he's
this
on, I
shit,
think he's on.
Neeks, if you're gonna do this, you better win the league. You know? You better win the league.
I hear you, bro.
Mate, don't let this be for nothing. You know.
One game at a time. Let's finish. We got.
You better win the league.
We got
my
about 10 minutes
days.
left.
Don't let this be for
I'm sorry.
nothing.
my
Listen,
taste,
listen, I'm
lad.
fuming
We
now.
got about
Are you angry now?
My taste,
You know why?
lad.
This is the score that I predicted, yeah.
You better
One game at a time.
Kennedy, how you feeling?
We need to
Finish
beat
the job.
We got Arsenal, the Emirates.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
better
big
win.
game.
You better win.
Big game.
You
But
better
we got to
win.
beat Palace in between. One game at a time.
This is exactly what I predicted, yeah. And my boyfriend's an Arsenal fan. He's just texted me eye emojis like that because he's gassed. See, the Arsenal fans are gassed.
Guys, we still got more to go. The game ain't done. This game ain't done.
7 minutes left.
game ain't
Can
done.
City equalize? Haaland, where are you? Rise.
Who?
Exactly. KDB, we need
This
you.
ain't the same City, man. I knew I can't rely upon these
That
dogs.
is.
I can't.
Can't lie to you. Second half, they came out very well. They
Can't rely
reacted
upon
very
these
well
guys,
to a
man.
poor second half. But then to just
Go on.
let
play on.
them come back like that,
Nah, I'm
in
not
a
gonna
matter
lie.
of 5 minutes.
I'm gonna be wishing them nothing but misery in the Champions League.
Yeah.
This is
like I do
embarrassing.
every season. Listen, if Haaland don't win the league, win the Champions League.
Man, kick them out of the comp, man.
Listen, last season everyone said Ronaldo made Man United worse. If City allow Arteta's twiddlywinks to win the Premier League, you have to have a conversation about how Haaland made City worse. Have to, for fairness and balance. I should have triple captain Rashford. I should have backed him. I should have backed him. I should.
Gonna score again.
That's just a highlight, man. Don't worry about it.
I just know it.
Cummins. Ake. What? Ake and Swordfish. Get out.
Garnacho, man. How many more moments is he gonna have, man?
Rashford. Jeez.
And it feels like, obviously, Garnacho. Is he? You lot signed from Atletico at 16, wasn't it?
Yeah, I want to say 17.
Man
but
City
yeah.
are really gonna do
I
this.
think there was 2 players we signed. Or young anyway.
Him and I think Alejandro Fernandez.
Some,
the left back, isn't it? Yeah.
Left back.
5-point gap could become 8.
That's crazy, yo. Everyone in his first half was like, oh, dead game, bruv. It's almost like a World Cup game, bruv. Dead first half, second half, aight. Game on.
That was the whole of the World Cup, wasn't it?
Every game in the World Cup, you could almost see the pattern.
Every
But it's
game.
just a case of you don't know which way it's going to go. So you got to stay tuned. There's still something in this, though. I feel it.
this game.
I feel it. This ain't over. This ain't over. Hey! Oh!
What for?
I think City are looking too much for the penalties
Yeah,
here.
of course they are.
I don't like that.
They're desperate. It's embarrassing.
Shut up. You're embarrassing.
I got her, guys. Hook, line, and sinker. Go on.
Headed away.
Could even taken a touch there.
Ball in.
Oi! Haaland and heading ability.
Well done, Haaland. Well done.
At least you can get your 5-point plan now, yeah? 5, not 6.
I need 7 now. I need 7. No. Yeah, I need to beat Palace. Let's see what's happening. Nah. Nah. Okay.
Sete.
Hey!
that's that.
Hey!
I thought Casemiro.
I don't know, you know. That might be a penalty.
See, the question is who touched the ball? Was it Haaland or Casemiro? Because Casemiro is not a penalty.
Casemiro touched the ball, but
But it's not
did
penalty.
he hit the man first?
No, because Haaland's came with a shot. That's what the contact was. But if Casemiro got the ball, he's in front of the foot. So yeah, it's fair then. I wasn't sure who touched
I
the
don't know about that one. I'm dubious. I've seen him given, as they say. I've seen him given.
Casemiro.
ball. I've seen bad decisions as well.
Casemiro.
Listen, man, I just like end of the game drama. That's it.
Come on, boys. Let's get another. If
Alex, or did
If we can.
who would have thought?
How much stoppage? I'm gonna have at least 4.
Big
minutes,
Alex.
Probably 5.
What you saying, bro? You good?
What's going on? Who's that?
Hey, here we go. Jack Grealish.
Oh.
Shimmy inside. Here we go.
Wants his free kick.
Is that a yellow card for Casemiro now?
Fred. Casemiro went first to try. And Fred said, "All right." Yeah, Casemiro tried it there.
This is mad.
Headband man, you in
Grealish.
trouble.
Red again.
You wish you were Almiron. You wish.
Go on, Grealish. You know what? I just want to see a fight now.
Last couple minutes in this one.
It's got to be tactical. This can't be a real injury, man. You can't do this to me. Because if Casemiro's out, our season's finished. Forget it.
That looks knee as well.
If Casemiro's out, our season's done. Forget about it.
He's like, hey, Scotty, get ready.
Darling. Time wasting.
Lisandro, come on, go.
And Scott McTominay. If Casemiro's out, our season's done. This is tactical. It has to be. I'm not believing it.
Ooh, even Anthony saying it's something dodgy with the knee.
The Brazilian tricks. What about that?
Tricks.
Yeah. Dark arts.
The youngsters, they're loving it.
The next generation.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, unfortunately.
Could be the very next Rashford right there.
You know what's funny? Not everyone, but there was.
You laugh, but I swear to you, do you know how many former footballers you see randomly in the crowd, and it's like 20 years later, they're like, oh yeah, that kid who was randomly on TV was,
Yeah.
I don't know, Messi or whatever. And you're like, oh shit, yeah, trust me, man. I always think about that when I see kids on TV.
Last season,
Could be the one.
Carragher was
Could be the
talking
next
about Man City Liverpool being the best rivalry in Premier League history.
Who? Huh? What?
Last season, don't you remember? Carragher's talking about Man City Liverpool being the best rivalry in Premier League history.
Bruv, Carragher.
These man can't even consistently challenge for the title together.
Man.
You're not allowing
Ready for
Arsenal.
Amazon stoppage.
You're not letting Arsenal pull away.
Listen, man.
What kind of dynasty? What kind of dynasty is this?
Shut your mouth.
What kind?
Shut your dirty mouth.
Pretenders. Fergie was right. Noisy neighbours. You make too much noise.
You won't know about neighbours because you live here, so chill out.
And you don't make too much noise. I'm hearing
Shut
you.
up, you
I'm
can't
hearing you.
Shut up.
Whoa.
Wait, are you Mancunian, Gameday?
No.
Did you not hear the short up?
Noisy neighbours. Can't even win 3 in a row.
Hey.
Do you know how easy? We did it twice.
Hey.
Wow, yes.
And a Premier League in both of those runs. Sorry, Champions League in both of those runs.
like this and one down.
Yo, crazy. You were not
You were not talking like this and one
You know what? Just for this, I want to equalise it now.
Look what. So you got a state running
Nah,
the.
look what Rashford's done.
You got a country running the.
See what I'm saying?
club. One second.
Nah,
You know the saddest thing for you?
Then you got Pep. Wait, I'm trying to calculate. Then Pep comes in.
the
best manager of all time.
Winning this game is your biggest
No, wait,
achievement
stop.
this season.
No,
so
I'm being
chill
serious.
out.
I'm being serious. And then you got a keeper. He was crap,
Whatever.
and then you got a new keeper straight away. Then you bought fullbacks for 50. Then you got the goal machine Haaland, and Nketiah's winning the league.
Don't make me throw this bottle over there.
Nketiah?
Because it's still quite full.
Wow. Sir Alex will never.
Change starts now. The hurt begins today.
Don't zooming in on me, you know. Stop that.
I said feel the pain.
Listen, I'm talking early, innit? There's still 4.5 minutes left. A lot can happen. But I went early. Guys, I went early. Clip me. I'm sorry. My fault if we don't win this
Hey,
game.
4 minutes left.
I should have held it.
Is Neeks gonna eat his words here? Make sure
I don't
you
wanna be
like,
right.
subscribe, guys, if you've enjoyed the watch along as well. Make sure you remember
on.
we've got Saturday football show after this as well. So stick around for that. Of course, the boy Alex back in the building as
Ganacho's
well.
free.
Oh my God!
Oh,
United have a 3-on-2
3v3.
here. 3-on-3. Oh, Rashford! Can you do something for me? Ganacho! More like nacho cheese.
Should have been more. We should have got more out of that.
Just keep
I
possession now.
predicted 2-2, but
Don't
I
be
really want to be
stupid.
wrong.
Don't be
Please
stupid.
wrong.
Just keep possession now.
Did you just do what I want?
City are running out of time. City are running out of time. Saeed, how am I going to deal with Saeed on the
Free
big six?
sub, man said. Maguire, McTominay,
I'm coming for the
Martinez.
quadruple.
How am I going to
I can already see what Saeed's
How am I
gonna
going to deal with Saeed on this big
say. Man
six?
United now, 92nd minute with a triple change. Rashford coming off. They decided to rest his hamstrings for these last 3 minutes.
This is
Of
why they
course,
won't
getting the game winner. 100% now you see why they didn't take him off, of course, even picking up that knock just before the first half. Now you got Harry Maguire, Lisandro, and Scott McTominay. A little bit of solidity coming on. So what's that? An 8-1-1 formation they've gone for now. Casemiro coming off as well.
Attacking, man. That's too attacking.
Hey,
9-1.
the game is the game.
9-1 is what we
Just
need.
turn the mics off and go home now.
The game is not finished.
We'll discuss some more bits if you like.
I think that we
No.
can go.
Delve in a little bit more.
delve in a little bit. Check in on.
Malacia coming off as well for Lisandro here. So Lisandro playing left back last couple of minutes here.
Sure, probably. What's she gonna?
Oh yeah, sure, going left back and then maybe a back three of Varane, Maguire, Lisandro, and then Wan-Bissaka. Okay, yeah. And then McFred are back in the middle again. United haven't seen that for a year or so, eh?
We saw when I see that against Charlton. Oh, it was one of the worst things I
Oh,
saw. Man.
man.
I was like, no, not
It
this.
ain't easy,
I don't know,
yeah.
but you had them two, and then you had Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, and it was like a throwback. You're
It
like,
just reminded you of Ollie.
Ollie,
Hey,
Ten Hag.
who would you say man of the match? They've just given it to Bruno
I
Fernandes
would have
there.
given it to Varane, to be honest.
Varane?
or Casemiro.
Rashford?
No, I wouldn't give it to Rashford. Rashford, listen, we played a lot of players who played well today. Casemiro or Varane. I think Varane made a lot of not last ditch but last man clearances, blocks especially in the first half and a few in the second half. But Casemiro has done his job at both ends. He got the assist for Bruno's goal, the equaliser, and he's been pretty good defensively as well.
Yeah.
As the best defensive midfielder in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. Come on, boys.
Asked you, man, to
It's gonna be at
handle
least.
their-
It's gonna be at least 3
handle
minutes
their
left.
business.
Ooh, what's going on? Overlap.
Oh my God!
Sure, well done.
Hey. City doing the spam 101 crosses in the last couple of minutes now.
They got a minute left to find.
See, the thing is,
Problem is they're spamming crosses, but they've only got Haaland in there,
Well,
who's probably got about 4 career goals with his head, and then a 5-foot Grealish and a 5-foot Bernardo and a 5-foot Mahrez.
but this is the logic of Haaland. I'm not saying it's wrong, but when you have someone like him, you can do that. Whereas in the past, they had to play the same way for the 90 minutes
And that's
because
what
they.
Wakehorse will bring for you.
Bro, before all it used to be was get to the byline and then zip one in low cross.
But
basically.
when that's not working for 70, 80 minutes, you want something different. And Haaland does that. But Haaland is obviously their main guy. So it's like, how do you get that balance between playing your way? Oh, what are you doing, Fred?
Okay.
Well done. Sure. Well, listen, this whole team's been brilliant. Everyone's just been. I think I would say the weakest player probably has been Eriksen. He didn't really have an impact on the game going forward or defensively. Everyone else, you're saying like 7s out of 10, at least. Come on, boys.
River Knight says Fred and Varane would be his man of the match.
Fred's been brilliant as well.
Yeah. This is Fergie levels of cheating, says Darren. Refs ruined a great game, says Zubernan.
It's been a great second half.
Simpson said he would give the man of the match to VAR.
Of course.
Damn.
Well done.
You got to do something now. It's done. Tennis.
Well done. Oh,
Tennis.
The better touch than that.
Grealish, hit it!
Hit it.
Oh my God, he's trying to do tippy-tappy. You're not Barca, blood!
Me and Rashford were the same.
21. De Gea just casually laying down.
Yeah, probably.
He will happily get booked. He doesn't give a damn.
95 minutes officially gone now. Just waiting for the whistle, Rooney Trudy.
They're not serious, man.
What's happened?
They're not serious.
What's going on? Did you tell him to hurry up? Or was it
Yeah.
It's the third season.
That's a picture. That's a picture. You see that there? That's a picture.
I'm telling you
That's a
now
picture.
that you're gonna see that all
That's
over
a
your
picture.
timelines today.
That's a picture.
You're gonna see that
zoom in
all.
on Rashford and Casemiro in the background with Malacia. That was bro. That picture slaps.
One thing I will say
Oh
is,
my God.
Come on!
All over the TL. Rashford leads Manchester United to victory. With that
Manchester
image. Oh my goodness. They're gonna take that
is
image
red.
and run it. They're gonna take that image and run it.
Manchester is and will always be red.
hey,
It's London are here,
hey, tell him, Neeks, tell him, hey, Manchester United 2, Man City 1.
Yeah, Cockney red. Come on!
Hey, listen, that is a big game, and it's always important if you got the early kickoff to not have your weekend ruined by the early kickoff. Marcus Rashford has now contributed to goals in his last 4 games in the Premier League, and that's 4 goals and 1 assist.
Manchester United are 1 week.
Incredible.
1 perfect week away from being involved in a title race.
Correct. If we beat Palace
1 perfect
and
week.
beat Arsenal, then we're there. We are there. Like, I'm not saying we're favourites, because Arsenal will still have a gap on us depending on you lot's result, especially tomorrow. But we're there or thereabouts. We played. I said the narrative of it's only been the last 8 games we played weak teams. We played everyone in the league other than Palace and Leeds, and we played City twice now. We played City, so we are where we deserve to be as it stands. We just have to. Listen, go on, get Ten Hag another player in January, man. You can see what this guy is cooking, and they're bringing him Jack Butland to replace Dubravka, and a 2.5 million loan.
They ain't got no money.
I know we're broke.
Money,
we're broke. Like the credit card's been exhausted, but you can see what this guy is doing. Give him what he wants.
They're saying
the best bald manager in the country.
They're saying over to you, Mikel Arteta. Before we wrap things up, Kennedy, thoughts and commiserations. How are you feeling after that?
I mean, honestly, it's what I predicted. I said either a draw or 2-1 United. That's what happened.
You did.
Am I upset? Of course. Nothing we can do about it. It's got to be another lesson learnt, unfortunately. I feel like Haaland, where was he? Was he even awake? He was just on a light jog. Don't know what was going on there. A lot of sort of just careless mistakes and careless passes. I feel like a lot of the City players there looked like they was a bit upset about the goal, saying that Rashford was kind of in the way or whatever. I don't know what to say about that personally. We'll let that be handled by them guys. But yeah, just another disappointing game, really.
Yeah, well, I'm disappointed too. We're gonna wrap up, guys. Listen, we'll be back for the Saturday football show straight afterwards, so make sure you're locked in for that. We'll leave you with the North London Derby preview here on DR Sports. See you guys in a bit.
This is what you get from Spurs fans. Nasty people. Third place finishes, all we get is criticism and stick from everyone saying, bottlers. But when Spurs... Spurs spend money on whack players and overperform to finish second and win.
Has he not got a point though in terms of you can say you was good but you don't win?
No. He's got a point there. But
so why should people respect a team that doesn't win?
No. When this fixture comes up, the whole week I'm just thinking about that game. Like, it means everything, bro.
Listen, I've had some good memories, but boy,
Definitely, man.
if I had to make the option again, then I don't know. I was a little bit envious, but then seeing their plight, seeing their demise, like it was brilliant, man. It was brilliant.
That's their version of a trophy.
Obviously, you are brothers. Are we going to get a handshake or a fist pump?
Tosin, born 21st of July 1992. Arsenal fan. Come on, you Gooners. Tobes, born 21st of July 1992. Spurs fan till I die.